Here comes the brain again, filling up our head with useless shit, filling up our head with musical nonsense. He wants to walk with Kip Winger. He wants to talk with Paul Stanley. He wants to dive into Billy Ocean and suck off Tommy Lee. So Mikey, talk to me like DJs do. Rock with me like posers do. Talk to me like know-it-alls do.
believe, and I just realized this now on stage, I might be the only song Max has ever written that doesn't have a guitar solo in it.
Randy! Welcome to the New Year's Eve extravaganza drop-in party, which I hope will be as good a time as it was seeing Max the Axe at the Boathouse way back in 2018. I know how you feel, buddy. I know how you feel. I'm usually heading there myself by this time of night. But yeah, Rob's going live at midnight. First show of 2022 for Rob tonight. Good luck, man. As for me, it is the last show of 2021, a year that has, well, it has seemed like a lot of deja vu, hasn't it? It seems like we've been here before, doesn't it? But here we are, once again, New Year's Eve, celebrating together because many of you don't have anything better to do tonight, just like me. Oh, Lord. Can you believe that we're still doing this? This is the second New Year's Eve that I've done this way. Unbelievable. However, we got a great show lined up for you tonight. We have plenty of guests dropping by, including Mr. Harrison Kopp. So why don't we bring on Mr. Harrison Kopp? You know, he's one of those guys that has his own intro theme. So let's bring on the Mad Metal Man.
Comes a burning flame like a crack of thunder when you hear his name. So contrary, borderline insane, you can't look away. This is how we say happy birthday to the Mad Metal Man, to the Mad Metal Man. Heavy metal coursing through his veins, but he won't settle for the same old same. You try to sway him, but it's all in vain. He will never change. So this is how we say happy birthday to the Mad Metal Man. Hey, hey, hey. The Mad Metal Man. Hey, hey, hey. 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 Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hello, hello.
How is 2022 doing for you so far?
It's hot.
It's hot. You were reporting from the future this evening.
Yep.
So I expect all the scoops, everything that's happening in the new year, straight from you. Look at that. That's funny. I saw a plane landing from China taking off in 2022 and landing in 2021 in Chicago. That's funny. That's time travel for you. So we have just heard, I know, one of your personal favorite songs, Happy Birthday to the Mad Metal Man by T-Bone. And it's one of many
bias
songs. We're going to hear lots of T-Bone tonight, including brand new T-Bone. First time, his last song of the year.
That's kind of a big deal.
It is kind of a big deal. And I'm hoping that the right people are on hand to hear that new song. We've got clips, just a couple. You suggested some, T-Bone suggested some. I ended up picking the ones that I liked best. But we're going to have a good time tonight. And 3 hours until it is the new year here, and we are caught up to you. What is he saying? I don't know. We got Harrison Kopp reporting from the future tonight, all the way from January 1st, 2022. And we have Chris Sarr making absolutely no sense. And Mr. Eric Litwiller, who appears to have been drinking already. And Happy New Year, Ralph, my buddy. Always nice to see you on board. So what else do we have going on tonight? Happy New Year. It is January 1st, 2022.
It is indeed.
That's why Harrison is here. So we're going to show off some Christmas goodies tonight. We're going to talk about some new releases that we're expecting in the new year. But hey, man, we've already got guests dropping in. So why don't we just get the show started and start bringing on some guests, shall we?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. I've got so many videos lined up, I have to find the actual intro. We got a lot of videos tonight, my friend. All right, here we go. Let's start the show.
Ticket to anywhere and a glazed donut to go. The brain train. The brain train. All aboard.
So first, I'd like to introduce to you the newly rebranded Canadian Groover, the artist formerly known as Buried on Mars, now known as Canadian Grooves, Mr. Kevin Simister. How are you doing?
Good. I'm still buried on Mars. I just changed my website. I just
haven't changed your location.
I changed. Yeah, I'm still on Mars, and I shut down the website and I started a new one. That's all that's happened.
But you are still technically known as Buried on Mars.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. You think so?
Yeah,
well,
he commented on my site. Well, it would have been yesterday for me, but yeah, he kind of showed up as Buried on Mars.
Well,
yeah.
It is kind of up to him.
Well, and all the articles and everything, it's still written under that. I only changed my Twitter account and my Instagram account over because I didn't feel like running two. You know, like a lot of people, they'll start like something like that and they'll start like a whole new Twitter account. And I'm like, I'm not keeping track of two Twitter accounts. I'm doing one. That's enough.
That makes total sense. Aaron with 2 A's and 2 R's is asking for a shout out. So Aaron Martin, shout out. 2 A's and 2 R's. That's 1 R.
Is he new?
1 R more than our Aaron.
Is he new? Like he's asking who we are.
Yeah, he's asking who we are. Hey Kevin, commit, says Eric Litwiller.
I did. I committed to something new.
There you go. And you're going to be covering all kinds of cool Canadian rock.
Well, yeah, and it kind of alleviated some stress because I get like, you know, like I get to want to do everything, right?
Right.
And it's like I'm buying Judas Priest albums. I want to do all those. I'm buying Iron Maiden. I want to do all those. I'm buying this and I want to do all those. And it's like, you know, This way I could just focus on that, and I can enjoy my Judas Priest and Iron Maiden without having to think of having to write a review for it and all that stuff, you know?
So it's liberating for you.
It is. The restriction is liberating, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely makes sense. So, in other words, you are still willing to participate in non-Canadian list shows, I'm assuming.
Oh, absolutely.
That's cool.
Even today I posted, my favorite, I just did a collage of all my favorite pickups from 2021, and not everything was Canadian,
You did
But
not
the
discriminate.
website, the Canadian Grooves website, that's all just going to stay Canadian.
CanadianGrooves.ca is where you will find Kevin.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to bring on my next drop-in guest. This is the artist formerly known as Dravonis. He's only been on once before. Hey, Tyler, how are you doing tonight?
Tired.
Oh, that's great. We need an energy booster because everybody else seems to be tired too.
I got one of those. I'll make sure to cover all of its labels so you don't get, copyright striked.
Who were you on with last time you were on? Were you on with Kevin and Aaron, I think?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
That was the epilepsy
believe
show,
so.
I think. I think that was the afterwards of the epilepsy show.
That's right. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So you haven't been on since that. That was 2020. And now we're heading into 2022.
Wow.
Indeed.
So what did you get for Christmas this year in a musical way, Tyler?
In a musical way.
If anything.
No, I don't think I got anything musical for Christmas.
Nothing musical for Christmas. Well, that's unfortunate. We are going to be doing
A little bit.
A little bit. Oh, if you think of
Little bit.
anything, raise your hand. But
the
we're
one
going to be
thing I
doing
did
some
get for
show and tell
Christmas
tonight.
Is the one thing I did get for Christmas is awesome for me, but
Well, I'm sure it's awesome for everybody if you feel like doing some show and tell. I know that's what we're planning on doing. Harrison, did you receive any CDs for Christmas this year?
You betcha.
You did? And Kevin, you received some vinyls, perhaps?
Well, what I received was Amazon gift cards that I turned into
Vinyls.
vinyls because nobody buys stuff for me.
so what he
Give me
received
money.
was the accomplices to vinyls.
Yeah.
Correct. The
Vinyl,
way to acquire them.
Right.
I have a $25 gift card that I haven't decided what I'm spending it on yet. It's been burning a hole in my pocket for a week now.
Gift card for where?
Amazon.
Oh, well,
So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I guess if anybody wants to do any show and tell, that's cool. But I know you guys are eager to see this Judas Priest box set.
sure.
That did look mighty interesting.
You want
Let's
me
take it from the top.
You want me to take it from the top? Okay, so what I'll do is real quick, I'll just run the unboxing of the Priest box set for anybody who missed this, and then I'll tear right into it. We'll take a look at it. There's a lot of different there's some errors in the box set that I want to discuss. So we're gonna take a good
This will be a
thorough look.
learning experience.
What's that?
This will be a learning experience.
I guarantee
Be a
you.
good time.
So let's take a look at the Judas Priest 50. The title's weird. 50 heavy metal years of music, I believe, is the title. It's just it doesn't roll off the tongue. It doesn't sound right.
That sounds like some lawyer tried to word it before it went out.
Right. Exactly. It sounds bizarre. All right, let's take a look at this box set, shall we?
Absolutely.
Okay. Boy, I wonder what's in here.
I wonder.
Gee.
Well, I
Find
don't know.
out.
It's been sitting around the house for ages. It might be just in a row.
Oh, it's in a box. We're gonna need a knife.
Okay, I can get a knife for you. That's from Germany or something, isn't it?
From Germany.
Yeah.
Geez, I wonder what would come all the way from Germany. Well, maybe we won't need a knife. There we go. We don't need a knife.
You need this?
Now, who needs a knife? Oh!
You don't need one.
Can you see that? Oh! Oh!
What is it?
It is the Judas Priest 50 Years of Metal box set, which has something like 48 CDs inside. We won't be cracking this open right now, but...
And it cost $800.
Ouch!
No!
On the radio.
the audio. Scott Bale on the telephone. Dan Rather at Presidio and putting all the knowledge in the same game. Mark on the stereo. You got rum in your Cheerio. Lift up from the get-go. Grabbing on the spoon is the most important meal of the day. You gotta turn it up. You gotta turn it up. You gotta turn it up. You gotta turn it up God's on the radio.
Okay, so let's have a good look at this thing.
It wasn't really $800, was it? That was hyperbole.
I think with the exchange and the shipping, she's not joking.
Yeah, 329 English
Dude.
pounds just for it. And then you have to ship it and customs tax and all.
Right.
Oh,
I see why you're
Our
shaking
Canadian
your head.
pesos are worth less and less and less and less.
And when you see what's wrong with it, you anyway. It's big. It's very large. Here it is next to my head. It's heavy. Here's your answer.
Yeah. Even though it's like a huge amount of money, the price per disc is actually still pretty reasonable.
The
I
price
worked
per
out.
disc actually makes sense in an old-fashioned way. If you take like a $15 CD and multiply it by 42, it starts to add up, right?
Mhm.
And there you go, customs and duty over
Oh my
$90
goodness.
right there.
Wow.
Well, I was gonna say, like, in the end, it's a huge collector's item, and at the end, really any price on something like collectible for such a music icon like that really isn't much out of your pocket if you enjoy the artist, right? So
100%. And there's only 3,000 copies of this, according to the numbered razor blade that we will see. Here's the hardcover book,
I can't get my parents to spend $800 on me.
I know. Don't take me wrong, man. I'm very grateful. This is interesting. This book. It's mostly live photographs. Mostly. There's a blurb about each album. Mostly. Not a lot of text though in this book. But when I say there's a blurb about each album, mostly, Harrison, do you think you could guess what I'm talking about there?
If I had to wager, if I was a betting man, I'd say Demolition and Jugulator get a little overlooked.
Not exactly overlooked, but every album kind of has its own chapter in the book, except for the Ripper years. The Ripper years. And the Ripper years, the first paragraph of the Ripper years is Rob Halford leaving the band, and then the last paragraph of the Ripper years is Rob Halford rejoining the band. So not a lot of like learning value in the booklet, but there's plenty more to go here, obviously. It came with this.
well, I'd assume people who spent the money on it would know most of this anyways. I don't think it was targeted for people who didn't know.
Dude, we will begin questioning what the people who made this box set actually know. We will get there. I've made notes.
Oh, it gets this bad. Oh man.
It came with this little note from the band regarding the COVID pandemic and that they weren't able to do their 50th anniversary tour. But they plan on doing the 50th anniversary tour, according to this. It's just a throwaway, but look at that. It's nicely embossed in that red logo there. And sir, what is this? Answer me. What are you asking? Yeah, it is. I guess it is kept past our bedtime. Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, not me, but
It's 9 p.m. I should be in bed.
Actually, this is when I'm just starting work normally. I should be more awake than this.
Like many box sets, this one came with the folder full of goodies. I do want to take a close look at this because it has those band photos in here, and they look like they're autographed. So I just want to take a closer look at those. Richie Faulkner. It's a thick.
Is it just the
paper.
current lineup of the band, or is it
Yes,
KK as well?
yes,
Okay.
just the current lineup. I think that is a legit autograph. You won't be able to see on camera, but just the way the ink is kind of shining over the picture. There's no imprint on the back, but it's a thick piece of paper. I don't know.
Maybe a Sharpie.
I think it is. I think it's a gold Sharpie. I would say that these autographs are legit. There's Ian Hill. I'm no expert, certainly, but if they're prints, they're very, very good prints. They look legit to me. But there's one for each of the current band members, yes. It also comes with this tour book. I believe this is the British Steel Tour. There's Glenn. And, of course, the late David Holland. And as I go through this, I'm just going to go and bring on Aaron here. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
We're just
early.
we're just looking at the Judas Priest box set.
Well, that'll only take a few minutes.
Well, we're just getting started. You haven't missed much.
Oh,
You've
good.
met everybody here before. You remember Tyler was on one time, I believe, with you in the past.
Yes, a long time ago, though.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
again.
back in the first year, 2020.
Yeah, now I'm old too.
You might be older than Harrison.
No, I don't dare to ask. I'm done feeling old, man. I went over and saw Mom's youngest just a little while ago. Oh, God.
He's 11 now?
Yeah, nothing will make you feel older than seeing your youngest sibling and going, when did you get so tall?
I saw him in the summer. He is getting quite large.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, no, he's getting there.
Okay, so these things are always tricky. I'm not a big fan of getting posters inside box sets. I'm not the kind of person who spends the money on getting them, properly framed or mounted. And they're kind of a pain in the ass to unfold and then get back together all nicely.
As he
But
unfolds it.
this looks like a Screaming for Vengeance era poster, I'm guessing. Yep. Here we go.
Nice.
Eric Willer says he likes the new font that the comments are in. That was an accident. I changed the setting and didn't know what I did, so I just left it. This one here might be Defenders of the Faith era.
I don't know, looks like it. Live in.
No, Hellbent.
Germany.
Hellbent for
Aye.
leather.
Okay, live in Germany.
Rip it.
$800 poster. Yeah, so I just kind of prefer not to mount these or. My sister had some Glass Tiger 7-inch singles when she was younger that came in sleeves that folded out into posters, and she ended up taping them to her wall. And she regrets doing that now. So here's that numbered razor blade.
That's kind of neat, actually.
Both sides. It's heavy. You
Is
can
that
see.
actually like an aluminum piece? Yeah,
Yep.
that's nice.
Yep.
Huh.
And
Shame they don't give you a stand for it.
a stand would be great. You're right. A stand would be great. So that's quite large. And
Order a pizza and flip over the little white table they give you.
that came in its own foam piece. And then underneath that, we have the final layer, which is the CDs. And this is where things start to get a little messy. Now the CDs are nice.
Oh, I'm excited for this.
The CDs are nice themselves. I'll grab Turbo here. It's just a replica vinyl replica, side 1, side 2 shown on the back. No, that's not side 1, side 2, but you get the idea. But where things start to go a little fucky is there's some serious misprints on some of these albums. As you can see, this is Priest Live.
Mhm.
Or is it? Yeah. And you see that it actually says Turbo.
I could
No.
make that out now that
It
you
says
tell me.
You're
Turbo.
absolutely pulling my leg there.
It
What?
says Turbo on the side. Harrison, Angel of Retribution.
Yep.
What year did that come out?
2005.
According to the back here, 1997.
Oh,
Ripper's on that then.
Oh,
What's that?
yes. Loch Ness
Ripper's
with
on
Ripper.
right.
Just when I
You got-
thought Loch Ness
Oh.
couldn't get any better.
You got the Ripper edition.
So the
Sad Wings of
value just
Destiny.
doubled.
Sad Wings of Destiny, one of my favorite albums. Look at actually that printing of that cover art is really nice. Look how rich that color is.
Mhm.
But on the back, it has the songs in a track order that is not the order that they're on the CD. It has it beginning with Prelude and Tyrant, which is side 2, where, with the version that I grew up with. And it is side 2 on the CD version that you can listen to here, but the track listing is completely reversed. They got side 1 and side 2 flipped. Other random notes that I noticed. We are missing from this box set the alternate version of Diamonds and Rust from the Best of Judas Priest and Hero Hero, all of the Rock-a-Rolla remixes from Hero Hero, all of the 2001 Sony bonus tracks, all of the Japanese bonus tracks, pretty much all of the single B-sides, all of the stuff from Live and Rare and Metallurgy, no bonus material from all of the deluxe editions, and no iTunes bonus tracks.
so the long story short, all of the extra cool stuff that should have come in the box set for all of the diehard fans who are spending $800 on this box set didn't come in the box set, and half the stuff that did come with it is just blatantly wrong.
You said it, I didn't.
There's a lot
That's
of unreleased live stuff.
absolutely ludicrous.
You want to hear the worst?
Oh, hit me.
Okay. I guess it depends on how you define worst. The album Priest Live is split onto 2 CDs, which is fine. That's great. That's the way I prefer it. They edited out a lot of Rob Halford's stage banter, and I don't know why. It was on the previous deluxe edition. It's almost like they used the master for the original single CD version. The Demolition Album, the second album with Ripper Owens. 2 tracks are the censored versions of the tracks. And the censored versions have the F word scrambled backwards. So it sounds really obtrusive if you've ever heard those kinds of censored versions of tracks. So they used the wrong masters for the Demolition Album. That
Who
was
put
on
this
the track
together?
Metal Messiah and the track Machine Man.
Machine Man.
Who put this together?
Sony,
Who?
I believe.
Idiots.
The Three Stooges.
No, it's not Sony. I'm not 100% sure who put it together. The official Judas Priest people.
You know what else I heard? The British Steel album is actually Seventh Son of a Seventh Son by Iron Maiden. You just have to-
That's something.
No, but apparently some fans are upset about the running order of British Steel. Like there's a preferred running order, and this isn't it.
What title does the 1979 album go by?
Killing Machine.
Okay.
But it has Green Manalishi, of course. But the thing that I think is the worst about this is one of the unreleased bonus tracks, which is on the very last CD, disc 42,
Oh, yeah.
on the Beyond Live and Rare compilation set. The second track on disc 2, Diamonds and Rust, recorded live on 14 February 1981, has a skip in it. And it is a error common to all copies of this box set, not mine. So we need Judas Priest to rectify this. I don't care so much about misprinted sleeves. It's not going to kill me if Priest Live says Turbo on the side, because I'm never going to display them that way. Never. But you got to send me a disc that has this track that doesn't skip. Right? Please?
By the way, are they slip cases or are they digipacks?
They are slip cases.
Boo.
Right. So you got to slide the CDs in and out. It's very, I mean, all the live discs, the previously unreleased live discs are very nice how they look.
Mm.
The CDs themselves are very nice how they look. You know, they're all picture discs. They all look great. But there's some errors here that were maybe done in haste.
I was going to say, it sounds like one guy wrote up, we want all of these things in this box set, and they gave it to Guy B, and then Guy B didn't do it until it was due the next day. It was like, crap, now I got to throw everything together.
Right. Like too late.
Just dropped everything.
Too late for quality control. Aaron sounds muffled according to Eric Litwiller.
Oh, here, I'll move a little closer to the mic and let me know if that's a little better.
Okay. Now, I noticed we have Mike Kudis. I noticed we have Max the Axe in the house. Max, if you are still watching, please drop us another comment because we have something special for you tonight. And I don't want to waste it if you are if you're gone. So come back, just comment, let us know if you're here. Chris Sarr says Tyler sounds like a robot, but that's just his Wi-Fi. It's kind of muffling in and out. And yeah, Rob,
no, the Wi-Fi in my room is hot garbage.
Yeah, it's just we got to deal with it. No big deal. And yeah, Rob,
nothing rushed out for Christmas has ever been as good as it could have been.
You guys want to see anything more about that Priest box set?
I do want to hear whether you've. Sorry.
No, go ahead, Eric. Go ahead.
I do want to hear if you've listened to New Haven 88 in full yet.
Not in full yet. No, I'm still going in order, but I've listened to a number of tracks. Now we do have Max the Axe in the house, so
cool.
While we have Maxie, we're going to play for you a brand new song that was just submitted today by Mr. T-Bone Erickson. It's the latest hit single by T-Bone Erickson, and this is a first. This is a tribute to Max the Axe, and it is called Max the Axe here on the Little Brain Train.
Unholy word of the six-string king uncrowned, the snakeskin troubadour that plays melodies from underground, buzzing around again, filling your soul with sin, taking you places you've never been, a mind-bending ride that goes round and round again, with the crushing chords of the demon lords he swings when he attacks. Beware the one they call Max the Axe. You can't hear the wind howl as his Mustang lays it down. Like razor blades in the sawdust haze, he unleashes the sound, making you blind within, killing you slowly, then breaking your spirit to fight again. This carousel takes you down without a spell, with the screaming notes of the unsold notes, he tells you to relax. You're enchanted by the spell of Max the Axe.
Look into his eyes and he'll hypnotize your brain. Your willingness to resist is alarmingly mundane. The pain you'll feel tomorrow consumes his heart today. Your immortal resurrection is just fearfulness away.
Happy New Year, Maxie.
Get those on Bandcamp or something so I can buy them, T-Bone.
Right, like he's got enough songs actually to put out a full album now.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah, he keeps it up. He's gonna have to do a double album.
Yeah, I get like a Stone Temple Pilots kind of vibe from that tune.
It was
The
all
bridge
T-Bone.
gave me Ozzy Osbourne vibes. That's all.
Maybe modern Aussie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he loves the breakdown part. It's just so Max the fucking axe. And look at that. He's happy. That's all we needed. Just needed to spread some joy tonight. So cheers to you, Maxie. Happy New Year, bud.
Oh, we lost
Tyler. Happy New Year, Tim. Hope to see you later on tonight. Tim has been on the show a grand total of 3 times so far. And the last time he was on, we did a list. I guess it was the second time he was on that Aaron and I did the 8-track tape show about his upcoming book. And I don't know, Aaron, I'm pretty sure I forwarded you the email, but the book is now in print.
You did, yes.
He has a video of the book printing.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's good news.
Yeah, so we will have it in hand. And it just so happens that it prints, the way it prints, it's the first page and the last page. The second page and the second last page. So, I saw my name in print in the end, in the thank yous.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well done. You successfully rhymed collapse and axe. I think Max the Axe needs to cover that song, kind of like the Ramones covered Motorhead's song Ramones.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm glad Maxie got to see that.
Cool.
Kevin, what did you spend your Amazon gift money on?
Oh, we're done with the.
We're done with Priest, I think, right?
Priest, yeah, okay.
I mean, we could go into more detail, but
yeah. Well, it looks like a cool set though. Like you get a lot of live shows on there. So.
Yeah, there are. Well, let me go into the folder.
The Ram It Down tour finally gets an official live release
with a lot of songs that have never been released live before.
It's about damn time. That was Halford's peak vocally on the live stage.
There are 1, 2,
no Johnny B. Good.
3 double lives, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single lives, and then a compilation double live of rare live.
The famous Irvine 91 performance also gets an official release. Yes. And we also, the very last song of the very last disc is, I think it's the oldest recorded song they have.
Mother
It's a live
Son.
performance of an unreleased song called Mother Son.
Yeah.
From 1975.
It's kind of the, I don't know, the big piece of bait that they threw in that box set.
I was 1 in 1975.
Well, we were all young back then, except for 2 of us, who weren't even born.
Oh, I'd be incredibly young.
But sorry, I still want to know what Kevin's spending his gift money on.
Yeah, and then I'll tell you what I got, and then I gotta go.
Yeah. And then we'll see what you got.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I finally got the Black Sabbath Sabotage expanded edition deluxe set. It was funny. It was made in Germany. There was a. I don't know if your set was the same, Mike. I think you got this, right?
I'll go grab my copy.
His Priest was made in Germany, he said.
Made in Germany. Funny how that. But yeah, it's a great set. It actually has a legit live show on it, unlike the Volume 4 one, which just had a reissue of that Live at Last show. But like Mike's Judas Priest sets, you get a poster in there. I actually never looked at this.
I don't know where my copy went. I got Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, and Volume 4 over there.
Lots of Sabotage on there. Not much of a poster, really. It's just that and Sabotage.
Do you agree with me about getting posters and box sets?
I do put them up sometimes. but yeah, I do see what you're saying. Like they're folded, so you know you got all these creases on them, and the only way to really put them up is like put them in a frame or something like that. But yeah, you get the album Sabotage. It's weird they gave you a single, like just a single CD. I pulled that out. I'm like, oh, is this like some sort of Japanese show or something like that? And it's just a single of Am I Going Insane and Hole in the Sky on the B side. But the live show is legit. North American Live Tour 1975. And you get that. It's a 2-disc show. So that's pretty cool. And you get a little book in there too. It's pretty cool. So overall I'm happy with it, but I saw that they put out Technical Ecstasy too, but
yeah,
I'm not a fan of that one. So
I quite like that album, but it disturbs me that I can't find my copy of Sabotage, and these things are coming out so fast.
I know it's ridiculous.
Maybe I didn't order it,
and they put it out. They're releasing them out of order too. It just seems like whatever one they got done. All right, let's throw that one out next, which is kind of weird. But
I'm waiting for the long-awaited Forbidden remix.
Yes, and also the Born Again, the potential Born Again remix.
Isn't there? There's something too with like it doesn't have iced tea in it or something like that.
20 seconds of iced tea on Forbidden.
Right.
What were they thinking?
It's 20 seconds.
It's awful.
That man could do a lot of damage in 20 seconds.
I got Tom Petty's Wildflowers and all the rest. I got this on CD last year, but the vinyl came up for sale. I didn't like how their the expanded edition of this was super expensive, and neither did a lot of people. So they actually broke it up into like separate releases. So was it more? I can't remember the name of the other one, but I got the other one, and so then I just got the regular one. And this is a really nice set. Like, I didn't put the disc back in there, but like the imagery inside, it's like totally.
We'll get that close up. That is nice.
60s style and really nice photo here at Tom. I'm not, I'm a straight man, but I totally would hit. I would hit that. Why not?
Hey man, as long as you leave Chris Hemsworth to me.
You can have
them. All really, really, really pretty.
There's a lot of good music in there too. That's
I just grabbed this on sale as well. It's Guess Who?
Beauty.
American Women.
Beauty.
This is the 50th anniversary edition, and it was on sale on Amazon for $20. And I was surprised when I opened it up because I didn't really look at it closely. I can get the disc out of here. So I don't know if you can hear that, but Sarah's moving furniture upstairs for some reason. But yeah, it's a blue.
Oh, that is nice. Look at that.
Blue,
Deep
clear.
blue.
That's a really nice looking blue color.
Yes.
That's really neat. Is it transparent almost? Oh, no, it's reflection.
Yeah. No. It is. It's transparent. There is a reflection in there, but yeah, it's kind of hard to see on the camera.
That is beautiful. Yeah.
Well done.
Just one more thing. This sort of was for Christmas. It sort of just came in the mail at the right time, but this is the Coke Machine.
Oh, the Deluxe.
Deluxe Songwriters Cabal edition. Really nice set. I already have Coke Machine Glow, but this comes with like a disc of just demos, and there's a cool image of Gord there, and it's just him on the acoustic guitar, just doing acoustic versions of the songs, which I kind of prefer over the final releases because I just love that. I love it when it's just the guy on the acoustic guitar just doing that. They're all just black vinyl. It did come with a CD of some celebrities and family members reading some of his poetry, but it's a fantastic set.
So 3 discs worth of material in there. 2 LPs and a CD.
Yeah, like the regular album was 2 LPs, and it comes with an extra LP of just acoustic. And like there's not a lot of artists out there that are willing to do that. Like willing to put out the acoustic. Like Neil Young's the kind of guy that can just switch back and forth, right? Like he can do the electric and the acoustic and that. But a lot of artists, they kind of hide behind all their production and all that. There's not many that just will put out those raw recordings like that, and it's great. So and it's fun to hear like the evolution of the songs and all that stuff too, like how they started and what they ended up as. I love all that stuff. So that was my Christmas.
That is some sweet music.
Yeah,
that is slick.
That Coke Machine Glow, I would say that's a reissue done right.
Absolutely.
That's my album of the year.
Yeah, it was. That's right. I did see that.
Oh yeah, shit, I got to check out your list still.
That was my album of the year, and I said all of those things.
Seeing all this just makes me realize I got to start looking out for when some of my bands start doing that kind of stuff, because that stuff's really, really pretty.
No kidding. Vinyl is beautiful.
I missed the last vinyl for. I think I missed the most recent vinyl for Epica by like a month by the time I had the money for it, and then they were sold out because that stuff just flies. But
I'm still trying to get the Styx. Whatever their EP was that they released, I think it's called The Same Stardust. The EP that they released in conjunction with the new album. I cannot find one anywhere in this continent. They're all in Europe. They're all in Russia. So, what shipping's like. But vinyl's beautiful.
Good old Canadian pesos.
Canadian pesos. I think a lot of those reissues, like, you could buy an original, but the reissues are so gorgeous with the colored vinyl. Like, I've been buying those Styx reissues. They look great. They look fantastic. They sound good.
They sound awesome.
They sound good. Yeah, like they sound clean. A
lot of times when you buy used vinyl, you don't know what you're going to get. Like even vinyl that looks pristine, and you get it, and it just sounds crackly because I don't know, someone left it out and it got dust in the grooves or something like that. But usually, the brand new stuff sounds so good because it's like directly from the factory. Unless there's some sort of manufacturing error, it's going to sound good.
Right. Speaking of manufacturing errors, fix my Judas Priest box set.
Perfect segue.
Well, give me a refund.
You guys got all this incredible.
I don't need a refund. I just want the one disc replaced. I understand that they are sending out new paper sleeves for the CDs with the printing errors corrected. If they do that, I think that it's only proper that they should send out a replacement CD without the skip in Diamonds and Rust. That's what I think. Anyway, Aaron, what should be the only logical thing? What did you buy for yourself or get for Christmas this year?
Oh, well, a couple of things. First of all, that Coke Machine Glow is beautiful, Kevin.
Yes, it is.
I have the CDs, but I am now envious of the LP set.
You gotta go LP.
Well, yeah, the storage issue. But also for Mike, for you for your Priest box set, and Kevin for you for your Black Sabbath box set, you boys need to invest in some slimline CD cases now to protect your discs.
Yeah,
100%.
I've spoken. Sorry, we just watched Mandalorian again, and that little dude that says I have spoken.
Nick Nolte.
Yeah, now
Nick Nolte.
I got a bunch of really cool stuff for Christmas, and I'm going to be putting it on the blog in various posts. But I have one that came in the mail today because I got some Amazon gift cards, so you guys are going to get a sneak preview of a gadget that I bought.
Ooh!
Oh boy!
You all know that I am sort of a hack guitarist.
Right.
Would never tell anyone that I was any good at it, but I have a lot of fun here in my house by myself playing around. So with my gift card, I bought a pedal.
Big Shot.
Yeah. The Big Shot ABY pedal. Now, this allows you to connect two amplifiers together.
Oh, nice.
Dear Lord.
So you can go either A or B, or you can have both.
Right.
So you can have your and the nice thing about this one is that it has the phase. If it's out of phase, it's got a switch.
Yeah.
And it also has polarity, and you can 180 degree the polarity and it also has a ground and a lift. So if there's any noise at all, you just throw these switches until it stops making noise, and it's perfect. So it doesn't matter what the two amplifiers are.
Mm-hmm.
Made in Canada, out in BC, built like a tank. This thing probably it's heavy. You can lift weights with this thing. Built for the road. But I bought this because I have the Boss Katana, which I still dearly love, and I have in the other room I have the Fender Tone Master Deluxe Reverb. So I'm going to mix them, and what I'm going to do is what they call a wet dry rig. So one amplifier is wet, which means all of your modulations, your reverbs, and your delays and all that stuff. And then the dry is where your distortion and your fuzz and all that stuff goes. And then you can go back and forth, or you can mix them and have two amplifiers going at once. And so you should get a nice big sound and very full and rich. So that's what this does.
That's nice.
That is nice.
Yeah, so A, B, Y. So the amp B, or Y goes to both.
That is pretty sweet.
Yeah, so that's what I ordered with my Amazon gift cards, and it just came in the mail today, so I haven't actually tried it.
Well, then I expect we will hear more about this in the future.
Oh, I'll be busy about it for weeks. Yeah, I'll be playing with it. I'll be playing with all the settings and stuff like that too. But yeah, I got a ton of really cool stuff. I got the new Guided by Voices album. Got to tell you how painful it was to not buy that on new release day, and because my lovely wife said I had to wait for Christmas because it's too close to Christmas. So somebody came through and I did get that for Christmas. But there's a bunch of stuff that'll be going up. I've just been busy and haven't managed to post much except my usual brief barfs. So hopefully in the new year I'll be able to be a little bit more vociferous with things that have come in lately. I got some stuff from Mike's old store. I got some stuff I found in the thrift shop. I got stuff I got for Christmas. There's some more guitar gear too. So
Never have enough guitar gear.
no,
Apparently not.
It is a slippery slope. I bought one pedal.
Never have enough guitar gear, never have enough airsoft gear, man. If you can get gadgets for your gadget, you can never have enough.
Yeah.
It's instantly downhill.
Do you know how many guitars are the right number of guitars to own?
All of them?
The average person should own 5.
The average person should own 5.
The correct answer is however many guitars you have now, plus 1.
I like that answer. That's a good answer.
That's a great answer.
Right? Because
N
if you
plus
had 5
1 is
and you bought 1, then you have 6. Well, then 7. Right?
Yeah,
so
makes
that's
sense.
The only other guitar I got my eyes on, is well over $1,000 right now, and I just do not have the money to spend on it, but I want it so bad.
That's the gas, man. The gear acquisition syndrome.
Gear acquisition syndrome.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I want it because it has the same pickups as the expensive boil I got in there, but
nice.
I can't get the pickups on their own to slap them into the cheaper one, which is kind of frustrating. So I have to get the whole rig. It's a pretty rig, so I'm not super complaining, but it's a lot of money to spend on a couple pickups.
Rob says it's the same with drums. He collects a
It
lot of drums.
absolutely is. Yes. That's how Neil Peart ended up with a kit that went all the way around him. Right?
Yeah, exactly. You
more
can't
drums.
stop at just one.
Right? I need more drums. Let's make 3 kits out of
God,
it.
how many
Then
drums did
I'll-
Jordison at the end have at the end of his run? He had like what?
Oh, he had a lot.
Something like 30 different drums?
At
And
least.
even his almost went all the way around him. And they had that on that rig that goes like 90 degrees perpendicular to the ground, too. I don't know how they set that all up. That was nuts.
Yeah. I just realized something I forgot to mention at the start of the show. Rest in peace, Betty White.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I feel so evil for saying this, but me and the guys actually had a decent laugh about that because we were looking up all the news on everything that had happened and like everybody who reported on it, and we actually discovered like literally just the day before she had done this interview about how healthy she was and how incredible it felt to be 99 and everything, and we got a real kick of like, Did the guardian angel who was watching over her all this time hear her talking like wild smack and just decide to up and leave? Or
Yeah,
I got
I
it.
know.
I got
There's
one
always
better. I got one better. James sent me a text to say that People Magazine had already put out their Betty White Turns 100 issue
I know
in
they
advance
have.
of her birthday.
oh no!
Yeah, there was a whole there like at work. I right before the holidays we were doing all this Betty White stuff because they're setting up a huge special on it was January 17th, I think. And when they come back from holiday, everybody wanted all the Betty White stuff ready to go to do this huge special, which I don't know if it's going to happen now because she's not going to be 100.
Right. Oh man.
There's a similar piece of irony when Dusty Hill passed. I saw a couple days before he passed that ZZ Top had made like a post on Facebook saying, "Oh yeah, Dusty's just needed to go into hospital. You know, he'll be fine. He'll be back on the road." You know, and just looking back at that now, it's like, oh dear.
Yeah.
Harrison, something similar when Carrie Fisher passed, because I believe she had a stroke on an airplane or something like that.
That's just all kinds of unfortunate.
When they landed, they put out a statement, and I found it in my Facebook memories. Like Carrie's fighting hard, all this other stuff. We think she's going to be okay. And I posted in my Facebook memories. They say Carrie Fisher's fighting hard and she's going to be okay. That's my princess. And then, of course, the next day she was gone.
Well, I think they have to do that at the start, right? Because they have to. You got to give them time to tell the people who need to know, right?
Yeah,
They don't want a lot of people to find out in the media or any other way, right? So
the Dusty Hill one was shocking this year.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was unfortunate.
I mean, he was one of those guys that had health problems all the time, and he'd always just would bounce back. And so the last one was just like, oh yeah, another health problem. He'll be back. And
we were like minutes away from losing Richie Faulkner too.
Yeah.
All of this just
was
makes
it his
me really
heart?
think, like,
He's a heart condition.
Yeah, one of his, like I think it was like an aorta or something. It ruptured in his chest.
Yeah.
Oh, no, thank
during
you.
a show.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
No. Hey, do you guys know George Burns' advice on how to live to be 100?
No.
Yeah. Y'all know who George Burns is, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Or was.
Us, three of us know who George Burns is for sure.
Or a comedian from way back.
Forgive me for being one of them yonder young suckers.
He used to have a shot of alcohol or whatever, whiskey or whatever it was he liked, and one cigar every day, and he lived a long time.
There
And
you
his
go.
best advice for on how to live to be 100 was to live to be 99 and then be very, very careful.
Honestly, thinking back on stuff like that, it seems like all the people who like seriously screwed themselves with drugs seem to have like this outstanding record of just outliving crazy amounts of people. Like, how messed up is Aussie, and how high up there is he getting now?
Keith Richards.
Yeah, there's
I don't know. Like Aussie, they're talking about a new Aussie album in 2022. Like,
oh dear God, please no. Let the man sleep.
I can't remember what you guys all thought about the new Aussie. I know Deke really loved it, but I was not a fan.
I liked it.
I'm the wrong person to ask about Aussie. That's not my realm.
Kevin liked it though.
Yeah, I liked it. It was just I can't remember the name of the guy.
Ordinary Man.
Collaborated with. There was Elton John, which is great, but there was another one, some new guy. I didn't like his song, but the rest of it was great, I thought.
I didn't care for it, but I did enjoy the two advanced singles, Under the Graveyard, and I forgot the other one.
You know what? The fact that Post Malone did something with Aussie doesn't really surprise me, because digging into Post Malone just because I was trying to rip one of my friends a new one, I actually discovered the man can actually really play guitar, actually pretty damn well. So that one doesn't surprise me so much as some of the other collaborations he's done in the past. But
the reason it doesn't surprise me is because this is a guy who's done collaborations with Miss Piggy, the RZA, ODB. You know, he doesn't care who Justin Bieber frickin'. Anyway, the less I say, the better.
No.
The less I say, the better. I don't have much respect for Ozzy anymore. I really don't. I'm sorry.
Oh well. I was going to tell you too. You
That's
mentioned
fair.
Richards. There's a meme online, I think, and it said It's time we started thinking about the planet we're going to be leaving for Keith Richards.
Well, I think it goes to show that all that like drugs and all that stuff, it affects everybody differently, right?
They're pickled.
Like,
Yeah.
They everything, everything you eat and all that. People have like different, genetics and all that stuff. Like, it affects people differently.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's for sure.
All right, I got a jet, boys. We got.
Well,
stuff
Aaron,
to
just
help.
before you go, I'm just going to give you a preview of one of the things I got because I
Oh,
know
I
you.
love that soundtrack. Yes, that's great. Bell Bottoms.
Mm,
John Spencer.
That was actually a really good movie too.
it is, yes.
That's a great.
I really
And if you're a
enjoyed
music
that.
lover, it's a really good movie twice.
The John
Yes,
Spencer.
I
Zone.
concur.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. That track alone is worth it.
Mm.
Mike, do you remember when I came into your store and I said, "Who the hell is that screaming?" and it was John Spencer,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was great. Those were great albums.
Oh yeah,
Blues
Oh, you guys have this
Explosion.
really, really
It's number
great
one.
musical stuff for Christmas. I got a book about nothing even musical. My only Christmas gift this year that's like of any merit or any coolness to me has nothing to do with music this year. I think it's like the first year ever I've got nothing to do with music. Instead, I got this $300-some-odd book.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's like a third of the Judas Priest box set.
Yeah.
You should buy 2.5
Only mine?
Priest box sets.
And there's more words
Only
in your
mine
book
did.
than the Priest box set.
Yeah, there's a lot more words. Yeah. Rob
I think
Daniels
mine, the
loves
misprints got
your
fixed.
Baby Driver, man.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I will keep you guys posted as to how this goes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, it also has an always on. I just forgot to tell you. Where is it? It has an always on tuner input as well.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
So you can run it and use the
That's
tuner
all my.
as a bypass.
That's
like
all
a-
kinds of mighty useful.
Yeah. Built out in BC, so it's even made in Canada.
Nice.
I use Line 6 stuff, so I've got all that kind of fancy stuff on one pedal board, but I gotta rearrange half the crap
What's
on
that
that
called,
right
a
now
pod or
too.
something? Line 6, is that a pod? Is it called? I forget.
I
Yeah,
can't remember what
that's
they
what-
call it.
That's their lineup, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
All right,
guys,
well, you take
gotta go.
care,
Happy
man.
New Year.
I'm expecting
Happy New Year, good sir.
See you, Aaron.
hopefully
Hey,
we'll hear
Aaron.
from Kim Derling later on, and we'll update you on the status of the book.
Yes, please do. And Mike, Fugazi's on its way.
I'll send you some cash, my friend. I can't believe how cheap you got it.
There's no rush. I got that was the price for just the box. I had sent you other emails.
Okay.
Okay. Happy New
All
Year,
right.
everybody.
You take care. Bye bye. I have no idea how Max
At the
the
same
Axe
time,
is so
or?
destructive. I guess. I guess. And Harrison continues to be getting props for your soundtrack.
Well, that seems like a good segue, doesn't it? Into my show and tell.
Actually, yeah. That's perfect.
Unless you have a guest that needs to come on now.
Well, we'll see what happens. No one's waiting on deck.
Okay.
Although Eric promised to drop by. I sent Max the Axe the link.
I don't know how this is going to affect me in the stream here, but I have to minimize this for a second so I can respond to somebody else and tell them I have to delay some stuff a little bit because I'm actually really invested in
Tim
this. right now.
Tim Derling is standing by, so maybe we'll bring him on. I'll just send him a
All
quick
right.
message. Right now is good, I'll say. We can get an update on the 8-track book. I'm having a hard time texting tonight. I don't know why. There we
Maybe
go.
I said you should start while he texts.
There we go. Sorry about that.
So we had Tim on 3 times this year. The second time was talking about his book, which is, oh God, what's the full title all of a sudden? It's an adventure in 8-track tapes of some kind. But he crowdfunded this book. It's going into print. I saw the pages being printed in a video, and I'm very excited. It will be pretty much the book to buy if you want to know anything about 8-track tapes, because there's not much else out there at all.
I'll have to grab it.
Whoa.
The book I actually got for Christmas was rather informational about a topic, but that'd be really interesting.
I have no idea what you're
I'd love to
talking
read
about. A $300 book, but you're not telling us what it is. Are you able to tell us what it is?
Is it
I'm
Dungeons
afraid
and
to ask.
Dragons?
Yeah,
like
I
you're
have it
frightening
with me,
me.
but you guys are all talking about music. So
Well, I
I'm trying
wasn't
to
sure,
keep the
like, the way that
conversation
you were-
still music.
The way you were being so elusive, I wasn't sure if this is a book that we want to even know about. If it's something about like serial killers or.
Oh no, it's nothing of that fashion. No.
Don't worry, I'll get to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles among other things in my stuff. I think you're covered.
Teenage
Within the
Mutant
realm
Ninja
of-
Turtles. Oh
I'll
Lord!
take it.
Well, I hope none of you have a $400 chair that just broke.
That sucks.
Is that? It must be a gaming chair, I'm guessing. I'm assuming.
Or maybe it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
a big recliner.
If Michael Morwood is sitting in a big recliner, then I like that image. That's funny to me. I more picture him in a gaming chair. But while we wait for Tim, why don't you go ahead, Harrison, and tell us what you were about to tell us?
Yes. Okay. So some of this stuff I got for Christmas, some of it arrived just like before and after Christmas. But as you saw, one of the ones was the Baby Driver soundtrack. Highlights of this include Bell Bottoms, John Spencer Blues Explosion, Harlem Shuffle by Bob and Earl, and Egyptian Reggae is actually a really good track by Jonathan Rickman and the Modern Lovers. Then you've got Neat 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 by The Damned. Where else? Tequila, another Bottom Dambra. The one that I really bought it for was Hocus Pocus by Focus. Blur's Intermission is also on here. Radar Love.
Hocus
and
Pocus by Focus. Say that 5 times fast. My goodness.
Have you ever heard it?
It's a great.
I've seen the movie, so I'm sure I've heard it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yodeling song.
Yeah, it's the yodeling song.
Yeah.
And Brighton Rock is on here too, among others.
Nice.
There's other good songs as well, but those are just some of the highlights.
Oh, I have a surprise for you.
Okay.
Please welcome to the show, Mr. John T. Snow
Hey.
himself.
Hello,
Happy
hello,
New
Mr.
Year,
Snow.
buddy.
Happy New Year. Let me get the volume on this good.
I know you can't stay for long, but I'm really glad to have you here with us tonight, John.
I know this is way past my bedtime, so
Should we do John's thing then? Or
Yeah,
should I-
just because he can only stay for a short while. I know, John, you had some nice Christmas show and tell.
I mean I don't have a ton.
You don't have a ton, no?
No, I mean I've got the albums.
But
that
we were
I've
going to
got.
talk about new stuff as well.
Oh yeah, we were also going to talk about 2022 releases. Yeah, but I think John definitely has something I want to see here.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I think so.
We got Shine
No,
Down.
okay, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong.
More Shine Down.
No, okay, maybe I'm wrong.
Shine
More
Down's
Shine
not
Down.
bad, but they're
They released their
little,
first 4 albums on vinyl. So I got those. The Socks.
it's Shine Down that did that really, really slick cover of a Simple Man, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was I forget. Yeah, one of the albums has that.
Yeah, because that was a really, really, really good cover of that song. It's funny because I heard the cover before I heard the original, and I can understand why I heard the cover before I heard the original. The cover was really, really good.
Well, maybe I need to check out. Some
It's almost like it's almost like when Limp Bizkit did Behind Blue Eyes.
Yeah.
That was
that's
a
a good-
surprisingly good cover.
Bruce Dickinson
Durst
did
still sounds like
Behind Blue
Durst,
Eyes
which
as
is a
well.
little bit unfortunate, but it almost worked.
I don't know what it is you're expecting.
I guess I don't know. Maybe I just assumed that you had a box set of some kind to show off. But
Magic,
maybe
unicorns, and rainbows.
not. Or magic unicorns and rainbows. Yeah, something like that.
Now I kind of want to see the socks.
Oh no, the Kiss Socks. Let's go to the website. They're upstairs. There's this.
Oh, look at that! Is that a
Oh,
beach blanket or is that a flag?
It's actually a children's blanket.
Oh, that's
it's both.
great.
My daughter saw it and said I had to have it. So,
Oh, that's great.
That's
so
excellent.
it's just in my office.
That
No,
is
box
fantastic.
set. What box set?
I must have my wires crossed, and I just thought you were getting a box set for Christmas this year.
Oh no, I didn't get a box set.
I mean, there's so many. It was like a crapshoot, just assuming you got one of them.
Oh no, I ended up only asking for the Shine Down, since there were 4 of them. I had to return Amaryllis because the top of it was blown out when I got it, So I'm hoping they'll send me something better. But I do have an unboxing.
Well, why don't we talk about whatever you're about to unbox then?
This is from a gift card that I got for Christmas. So I went on and bought something I've been wanting for a long time on vinyl.
Nice. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't even know if I have a feeling it is a used copy. I don't really remember. But yeah, it's been opened, so it's a used copy. But
Single or double?
it's just a single. So they really crammed a lot on there. So, but it's, you can't get all of theirs on vinyl. So
No,
I've got the first one and now I have that one.
that is nice.
So, and then I've been shopping. I always have to hit the store. So got a bunch of more singles. So
Ooh.
Striper, another Bon Jovi. Yeah, here's the Striper.
Is that ZZ Top in the back
And then a
there?
ZZ Top.
It is
nice.
ZZ
Ooh,
Top.
nice.
Oh my God.
I love Afterburner.
And then the place we were at, they were doing 50 cents for cassettes.
Oh
I got
my
a couple
God.
cassette singles.
Oh, I got that Bon Jovi.
And then
John,
I
that
got a bunch
Bon
of
Jovi's interesting. Both of those versions are ever so slightly edited down from the album versions. They're
from the album
unique.
versions, yeah. And then a bunch of cassettes.
Oh, wow.
Another Bon Jovi. All 50 cents a piece. So like I
Nice.
couldn't
Man, watching everybody unbox and unveil all their musical choices makes me realize just how far disconnected musically I am from like all of you.
Yeah.
I just
like
bet
way on the
$25
other end
on
of
a
the
cassette.
spectrum.
What's that? I didn't hear you. What was that, Tyler?
Oh, I said I'm like way on the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah,
Like,
you're totally on
way
the other end of the
fu-
spectrum.
Yeah.
I just spent $25 on the new Trapper cassette, Sean Kelly's band Trapper.
Oh wow.
They just put out a new cassette that is in the mail, and I shall have next week.
Yeah,
But that's some
the only
sweet stuff,
music
John.
I got.
I've got to slow it down.
50
But
cents a piece.
50 cents a piece. I mean, come on.
Aaron
Those
would
are
be
nice
proud.
tapes.
So,
So what are you looking forward to in the new year the most? I know Harrison has a couple things he's excited about, but what are you personally excited about?
site wise or just life wise?
We're talking new release wise.
New release wise, Shinedown does have a new one coming.
Okay.
So I'm actually excited about that one. Winger has one that I'm kind of looking forward to.
Oh shoot.
Who else? Bon Jovi's rumor has a box set for Bon Jovi coming.
Right. I was going to ask you if you knew any details.
I have no details on it. Just other than reading somewhere that there was something in the works, but there was no detail if it's going back to New Jersey or Slippery and Wet and then doing a deluxe, or if it's another 100 million fans can't be wrong kind of thing.
I would have thought if they were doing a Slippery deluxe, it would have come this year.
Yeah, maybe it got delayed.
Maybe.
Yeah.
COVID delayed
Extreme
everything.
actually has a new one that's coming.
Yeah.
Hailstorm should be good.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm a Matt Nathanson fan. He should be finished with his and have one. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I'd like to see. I'd like to see Kiss do a couple more of those off the soundboard releases. I've heard
Genesis
rumors
to
of
it,
3
please.
coming in 2022.
I'll keep my ear to the ground. I have an inside track there.
Yeah. I'd like to see Def Leppard finish the box set collection and give us number 4.
I'll keep you posted there too.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Hoping to see.
One thing I'm hoping for.
I'm just gonna change my name to shit in it here in a minute. I
I don't
swear.
know what just happened. I think we had Tim here, and I think I may have lost him. I was going to segue. I was going to say one thing I'm looking forward to is
There's a book I'm looking
the
forward
new
to.
Tim Derling book. Yes, but I think I may have lost him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just got the email about they started printing.
Yeah, did you see that video?
I haven't watched the video yet. No.
It's pretty cool to see it beginning. One thing that Tim and I both were very much looking forward to in 2020. He's struggling, he says, in 2020, and then again in 2022 is the new Journey album.
Yeah,
we're still waiting. You know, they did that lockdown recording in 2020, and now they've done that one single, and then they've made some lineup changes, and we don't know what the hell is going on in Journeyland.
Yeah.
So I know that's something that Tim and I have been very frustrated about over the last year, 2 years of waiting and wondering what the hell's going on with that band. A 5-piece band that is now bloated to 8 members?
Yeah, they've got 2 drummers, 2 keyboardists, 2 of everything. So
Slipknot's got 9 people. It's not that outlandish.
Yeah, but this is Journey.
It's good to have backups. You know, they are getting old.
They are getting old. That's a good point.
This is true. That is what we're talking about. Is backups, really. Okay, so Tim is with us. Oh, look, hang on. We got a growing party here. Let's start with Tim. Please welcome to the show.
The Brain Train is proud to present Tim Durling.
And also, please welcome to the show.
The Brain Train is proud to present Marco the Contrarian.
Jeez, we got a full house all of a sudden. Hey, guys.
Hey,
Wow.
How you
I
doing?
feel so sorry for the man above me who's been on hold this whole time.
I'm just here to punctuate the empty spaces.
It's good
because I don't have to go early. I'm here the whole time.
Yeah,
so
for him, this is Australia. This is 10 o'clock in the morning. He doesn't have to go to bed. So
11.
I'll
10,
have to-
11.
Yes, sorry.
I'll
We
have
don't
to
have
leave in
daylight saving.
an hour tops here eventually, but
All right.
But this is uncharted territory. We've never had this much contrarianism on the show at once.
There you go.
I could see someone else rocking the iPhone game, trying to figure out how to get it all in position.
Yeah, I was gonna bust out my computer, but I figured this might be just easier. But I guess it doesn't seem like it's any easier.
Well, we
Yeah,
can
trust
see you,
me,
we
it's
can
a
hear
pain,
you.
man.
So if you can see and hear us, then we're all good here.
Oh, you
Tim?
can hear me or no?
I can hear you just fine.
Oh, great.
Tim, we were
Yeah,
just
you're-
talking about your ears must have been burning. We were talking about the video that you just issued of the book printing.
Oh, I can hear you. I'm trying to find a link and anyway, yeah.
Very exciting. Must be kind of mind blowing for you to see it actually physically happen.
It is. I'll tell you, it's and a little nerve wracking. Because I want it to be perfect, we've all had that experience. Does anybody here ever buy the History book back in 1994?
Yes.
Okay, so if you've watched my show, you've seen my good friend Matt Phillips. Matt actually bought that book, and the binding on that was crap.
Yes.
Like, it fell apart.
Yep.
I don't want that. I want something people can open up and read and enjoy for years to come. So I'm pretty sure that the soft covers are going to be just awesome, but we have to send the hard covers to be done somewhere else. And I'm as excited as anybody to see them. And I just, I won't really feel that much relief until everybody's got theirs and it's all good, So basically, as far as updates go, that printing video, you guys know what I know now, just seeing those things rolling off. It is surreal. And again, thanks everybody that supported it. And, I have had a couple of people ask, can I still get them? And the short answer is no, because it was a print to order thing, but fingers crossed, might do another run of soft covers, but that's down the road.
Worst come to worst, I'll just arm wrestle Mike for his.
Oh, shoot. I guess I'm losing my book then.
No, I'll give it back.
I can all but guarantee, between John and Aaron and myself, several reviews will be posted of the book. So if that drives any kind of demand for a second printing, then we can hope, right?
Yep.
And Marco, I know you are still working diligently on the oh God, Mystique. That was it. The Mystique film.
Yeah, actually, it's complete right now. I watched it with a couple of the guys. I don't know, maybe 3 weeks ago or so, and they loved it and pretty much they okayed it. So it's pretty much ready to go. The only thing is right now where I live, like it's just the climate of everything going on right now. It's not the greatest to kind of put out a film. People are going to be getting together because the whole idea was to debut it in a theater in Hamilton, Ontario, which is where the band is from. So that's still the goal. I'm thinking maybe in the summer if things get better and venues are allowed to hold people, because we kind of, we want to. We think we can sell out a theater, and we think we would like to do something like that. It would be a little anticlimactic, I guess, for me personally, because I've been working on it now for a few years now, to just kind of put it out and have it kind of just go away or disappear real quick. So the idea, hopefully it'll be ready to be presented to an audience, maybe in the summer, depending on the climate. It's basically the climate. That's the only thing. If you were to watch it right now, it's a completed film. So,
well, I know what you mean. Exciting. I mean, we were talking earlier. I don't think any of us really anticipated we'd still be living this way at this point in time.
Oh,
but
dear God, no! I want it to end.
Yeah, exactly. Like we've all worked really hard through all this, and we deserve a break. I mean. At least nothing can really railroad a book release at this point.
Well,
knock wood.
Now that you've said it, it's going to happen. This is how these things work.
Right.
But you know something? It's really strange. And, our good buddy Martin Popoff said the same thing. He said his book sales have gone up, because it doesn't matter what's going on. You can always pick up a book and read it. So, it's it's kind of a weird side effect of everything. I did bring some Christmas stuff, some show and tell. I haven't got a lot, but I know some of this will be of interest. Especially after John was on showing some cassettes off. It's like, okay, I got cassettes too, so I don't feel quite so bad. So my kids got me. The first thing I'll show you is the only non-musical thing. I just think it's really cool. My kids got this for me. It's 40th anniversary Pac-Man.
That's slick.
And let me turn it on here for you, see if you can hear it.
Oh, it actually functions?
No, yeah, it works. Hold on. Listen.
That's freaking slick.
Here, see if this rings a bell.
What?
There it is.
So here we go.
I mean, you need a magnifying glass to play it, but that's insane.
It's very small. Yeah, it's very small, and I want to keep it. It comes in this this sort of protective piece here. So
that's neat.
I want to keep it really good. It looks like it's all gold plated. I wasn't expecting that at all. And it's funny because back to the book, the Unspooled book. I think it's it'd be in the 1982 chapter. I've got a picture of my old tabletop Pac-Man that was like the highlight of that Christmas. That was like the one thing I really, really wanted, and so a lot of things haven't changed. I'm still excited over classic video games.
One of the viewers bought an Asteroids arcade machine, apparently.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool.
Well, I've got the Nintendo Switch, and I bought 2 retro arcade games, and one has Pac-Man and Galaga, and the other's got Centipede and Asteroids, Millipede, and Missile Command. So
nice.
Isn't there another one that has like all the old Contra games and stuff on it too? I thought for the Switch at this point.
I think there is another one. Yeah, they have a bunch of retro ones.
So I also got this from my sister. It's a Rolling Stone rock and roll party game for anyone who's ever heard a song. And it's literally like that, because a lot of people they don't want to play, and I'm not saying this, I'm not bragging in any way, shape, or form, but anyone knows me, they don't want to play music trivia games with me.
Gee, I wonder why.
But this is very general. This is very general, and it's often hilarious because at times you have to hum and you have to sing, And
I'm
it's a
terrible
lot
at
of fun.
humming.
So
Yeah, we just got Cards Against Humanity over here for Christmas. So
Oh, that's cool.
did get some cassettes. Boston,
Ooh,
Lock On, Motley Crue, Decade of Decadence,
nice.
and
There
Leonard
you go.
Skinner, 1991.
Oh, wow.
And got this in my stocking, Deep Purple, Turning to Crime.
Ah, I got that as well.
And but the highlight,
What?
Oh,
On vinyl?
I have
this
been
is a
looking for
repress.
that.
This is a repress because if you try to get the original 2010 version, you're going to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars if you can find one on sale. So I'm okay with a repress of Infestation, but yeah,
Those are some sweet
a
scores.
little rat and roll for the holidays.
That's nice.
Have you played
that's
Deep Purple yet?
awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I got to tell you, Martin and Pete on Sea of Tranquility came up with 2 much better track listings of songs I wish they'd done, with a few exceptions. I mean, it's not bad. It's Deep Purple, but just some of the songs, just like I don't care. But I really like Oh Well, and what else? 7 and 7 is.
Oh yeah.
You know, really, that's about it.
Oh,
Just my opinion. Because I've loved the last 2, 3. All the Steve Morse, Deep Purple stuff is fantastic. And I understand that they're a band that likes to jam their original songs out. So they did this, in their off time. And that's cool. And there's a lot of bands. I mean, I think every band should put on something like that. But it's picking the right covers. So I'm glad I had to get it. I had to add it to my collection. But it's not going to bear a lot of repeat listens, I don't think, for me.
ooh. Well,
That's unfortunate.
Can I tell you what my favorite track is so you can poop all over it?
I won't do that, Mike. I won't do that.
Battle of New Orleans, man.
Okay,
I
so
love
I got
it.
a kick. I got a kick out of that because that reminds, like, my dad would listen to the Johnny Horton version of that all the time when I was little. So it was interesting. It's like only the second version I've ever heard of that song, and so I knew all the words listening to it. But 7 and 7 is so strange because it's such an oddball of a song, and I now have 3 different versions, 3 different covers of that song in my collection because Alice Cooper did it way back in '81. Rush did it on Feedback, and now Deep Purple have done it. And I pretty much like all those versions, and I think that Fleetwood Mac's "Oh Well" is a song more people need to know. So I'm really glad that they gave it and they did a really good version of it too. And the band sounds great. Obviously there's nothing sloppy going on there, and there's nothing wrong with Shapes of Things.
No,
and White Room. It's just I've heard so many different versions of those. So yeah.
On 7 and 7 is. Robert Plant also does a pretty good cover of it live, and Alice did a second cover with the Hollywood Vampires.
Yes, he did.
But it's truncated. It just has this melodic solo for the second half.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, those are some pretty cool Christmas scores. Marco, did you get anything for Christmas this year?
I did. I got a couple of things. They're right, almost reachable. But I got a couple of cool things.
Almost
here.
reachable. He says he travels through 2 different rooms.
Right, he's like going to his own room.
Something else. While he's looking there's something else too. I'll take it off the wall and show you.
We're having our guests rip apart their houses at this point.
I have my show and tell already. I was a good boy. I brought it to the new room. I switched rooms for better Wi-Fi.
All right.
Okay, so
It's all here as well.
I got
Look at
this
this.
board game called Dream Crush.
What? What is that?
It's like an 80s kind of dating game parody style. It's kind of like a party game where you have to I don't know if anybody's seen that Simpsons episode where you can get the dud or the stud or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh god.
It's kind of like a takeoff of that. It's like an 80s dating game parody type thing. It's like Cards Against Humanity. Somebody mentioned it just a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
So it's like a party game, and it has like a dating theme to it. And it's like apparently it's supposed to be like really good for like Zoom and stuff like that. So I got that. I just bought this yesterday for myself. So I guess you could call this like a Christmas gift.
Nice.
But it's like a collection of the old Tales of Suspense books with Captain America.
Yeah.
So these are all. It's a collection of reprints from his stories from like the 1960s. Tales of Suspense.
Oh, that's
I love
awesome! I collect
reprints.
those. I love reprints because you can handle them, you can read them, you can enjoy them. You don't feel bad about putting your hands on a reprint. I love them.
Oh yeah,
I think,
absolutely. You don't feel, but like some of these books are quite valuable nowadays. So
Yeah.
to pick one up and handle it, yeah, like you said, they're
I
expensive.
feel like you have to turn the pages with tweezers.
Right. Which is how I will be reading Unspooled when it finally arrives, considering there's no spare copies out there. I'm going to be...
Then I will make sure to eat all of the Cheetos in the world before I buy them.
Oh man. But that's great. Well, it looks like everybody did fairly well for Christmas this year.
Yeah.
Well, you've
I've
only
got-
seen one of mine, but
was my
we'll get to the rest.
Well, you're here for the long haul, right?
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was
Marco,
gonna.
can we expect that to be the theme of the next Patreon chat, that dating game?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. The last one we had, Tim was talking about being good at those trivia games. He's not lying. We had a trivia game on Patreon and he won the last one.
Fair. By one.
By one.
But they were hard questions. So this is the fact that like anybody got any points was incredible.
Oh, just one moment here.
Got some kitty action.
Anytime there's a pet on.
Yeah.
We
Oh
have
my
to go.
goodness, look at the little one.
There we go.
This is not a little one. This guy's a little bit large.
He's smaller than us, therefore he's little.
Yeah, but he's like 17 pounds.
Oh, that's nothing. My one friend has a huge orange Mancoon cat, and it's like freaking 30 pounds, and the man carries it on his shoulder all the time. It's a huge animal.
Yeah, my wife wants a Mancoon.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, doggo.
Oh, there we go.
This is
Why'd you wake me up?
Yeah, for this.
There we go.
Yeah, I'd call Bear, but Bear's deaf. He can't hear me anymore.
No.
Well, I just have the next guest is waiting on deck here, and it's a man you guys both know. So why don't we introduce the man that we all know and love, the Meat Man.
Hey.
There it is.
By one. But they were hard. He's got some kind of TV going on in the background. Way to go, buddy.
I was gonna say.
I realized I had to
we're all here.
turn the volume off.
How are you doing tonight?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. It's good to see you all. I have been on this show with all of us except for Tyler. And hi, Tyler. How are you?
I'm awake.
He's awake.
There you go. There you go. And the rest of you, it's good to see you all again. But I will say this. After watching 91 hours of the Beatles, I gotta say, you will, and I had to say this to you personally, you will always be George Harrison cop to me. I just, wow, man. You just reminded me of George Harrison the whole time I watched that. So.
So you just finished the Disney Plus series, is what you're saying?
Yes, indeed. And it was awesome.
Well, what was that conspiracy theory, Mike, about the Beatles and like George, Satan's favorite Beatle, or was it? Or
okay, I know what
something
you're talking about. That was from a parody.
Yeah,
that was
sorry.
from a Cracked magazine that I had back in the 80s, I believe, wasn't it? I can't remember.
Right.
Anyway,
Does anybody have the time handy? Because being in here has taken the time away from me.
so 10:30 our time.
Oh
It's
dear.
11:30 with me, but I'm an hour ahead.
Well, Harrison's
Yeah, I got
already
like
in the future. He's
11:30
already in
with me,
2022.
but I'm 13 hours ahead.
Yes.
I got like 30 minutes before I hardcore got to dip out of here because I promised people I'd start things half an hour ago.
It's all good. You just if you want to just raise your hand if you want to show off this book of yours, $300 book of that you've been talking about.
Sure, I was gonna say we just had our fellow who's apparently just published his book speak, and I'm actually really excited to read that after Mike gets his hands all over it. But the book I got this year from everybody Mike, you know I've been a huge firearms aficionado for a long, long time.
Yep.
And the guy who I learn everything from actually published his first book a year or two ago, and they were still selling signed copies. So I got from Chasseau de Famas, from an Ian McCullen, who, if anybody knows H&K or Heckler and Koch, they have dubbed him Gun Jesus in the past few years. So
Wow.
I got this, and it's basically the reason I got this one over John Ferguson's book is because the French were actually the first to develop modern smokeless powder and actually issue it military-wise.
Somebody's got a
So this
Facebook
is-
window open.
This is basically like a really up-to-date history of legitimate firearms technology from 1866 to 2016 when they finally adopted HK's rifle. And this is my huge, big, cool purchase I got this year.
That's a
for
$300 book.
Christmas. Yeah,
Wow.
got the man's signature in there and everything.
Wow.
So when you
Nice.
said earlier that you're really interested in Tim's book and you can't wait to read it, do you even know
Yes.
do you even know what an 8-track tape is?
No, that's why I'm interested in reading it. I'm interested in actually genuinely learning something. Like I'm interested in this book because there's a lot of stuff in this that
Hang on
I
a
didn't know either.
I
So
bet I have
Let me grab you one here.
Tim's going to show us an 8-track tape.
3 different people stand up and go and show me what it is.
This is the best show and
This is
tell
what an
ever.
8-track looks like. This is Rainbow. In honor of the
Nice.
very first episode of The Contrarians, this is Rainbow
Very cool.
Down to Earth from 1979.
That's awesome.
And nice. There you go. There you go. There you go.
This is
That's awesome.
the
And,
best show and tell ever.
Down to Earth was
Delivers
released
perfect.
20 years before my birthday to the date.
Nice.
Damn.
What?
I personally remember having that my dad taught me how to kick his ass in darts by overly listening to A Night of the Opera on 8-track over and over again,
Nice.
and to the point where he started to like get so upset that I was beating him at darts that he didn't want to listen to the album anymore because it just
Reminded him of the
yeah, not good.
So
not good.
John, this is the rarest Kiss one I have.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
That's a
But,
nice one.
Yeah,
I'm
that's.
still-
I've got a
I'm
few
still-
more.
That's
I'm still
very
kicking
nice.
myself for not buying the Animalize 8-track on eBay when I had the chance.
Look at
Nice.
that.
Yeah.
Those are
Two more.
awesome though.
Very
That's
cool.
like a legitimate piece of
And
history
then
right there.
these-
That's really, really neat.
Yeah.
It's like you guys are like two Kiss gunslingers just blowing up your 8-track.
I know.
You know, and to think
I
the
wish
whole
I
reason
had
I got
vinyl if
this
you
book
want.
was
I love it.
Yeah, see,
the
I've
whole
only
reason
got
I got
number
this
one.
book was for the information, but that's really, really neat.
Yeah, I like how it's different. Mine has the track listing on the front. Oh, you've got
What yours is Canadian. These ones are American.
okay. All right.
That's
That's ironic.
what
I know. Why do
amazing-
I have the Canadian ones? But yeah,
That's-
thanks to Jeff
That's a
Stevens.
great moment.
Oh, right. You got yours from
on
Jeff
the show.
Stevens.
I really love that. That was awesome.
Yeah, Jeff sent
Amazing.
them to me. Aaron sent them to Jeff. Jeff sent them to me.
These 8-tracks make the rounds, and it's funny. Like Aaron's not on
Amazing.
here now. There was an 8-track trading site that, if I'd been on it a couple days sooner, I would have scored myself Max Webster Universal Juveniles, and I missed it.
Oh.
So that's the only one I don't have on 8-track.
Love that album.
They're so hard. I mean, I find 8-tracks all the time, but they're Engelbert, Humperdinck, and
Oh yeah.
you know.
That's why people, like, every once in a while somebody will say, "Hey Tim, I saw," and they mean it. They mean well.
Yeah.
They'll say, "Hey Tim, I saw a box of 8-tracks." And I said, "I can almost guarantee you, there's nothing I'm looking for."
Yeah.
I can almost guarantee, especially by the time, like, I've got so many of them now. I'll tell you, one of the ones
Daniels.
that was probably the biggest thrill for me during this past year. Hold on. Was this.
Oh, Grace
yeah.
Under Pressure.
Grace Under Pressure. This is actually a
Oh.
Canadian one. And
Wow.
it's a Canadian Columbia House one. And
It's
if I had
pristine
power-
too.
Yeah. And if I had power windows, I'd have all the Rush 8-tracks.
Oh. Is there a Def Leppard Hysteria?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
That's a chapter in the book, actually. where I
okay.
speculate what might have been. Because they did make 8 tracks in 87, and I can't definitively say there wasn't, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I would love to have, because I've got, I think, almost every version of Hysteria.
But it's funny you mentioned that band, because some of my prized possessions would be this, this, and this.
Okay. I'm going to bed now.
Having said that, there is one I'm missing, John. I'm missing the 1984 High and Dry reissue.
Did that go on 8-track?
Yeah.
That one's on 8-track.
Wow. That's an RCO, a record club only. That one's out there, and I don't have it.
Okay. I'll keep an eye on it and sell it to you for about $1,000. No, whatever.
That's really
what are they worth?
Those are
probably not far off, like, because these
those got to be worth an arm and a leg.
They're getting so scarce.
Yeah.
Wow.
Those have got to be worth. Those have
I
got
can't
to be
wait for
worth
the book.
like limbs.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the book.
Yeah, neither can I. I'm actually excited to learn about that. I'm actually excited to peel more into this, but I promised Bev that I'd finish the copy of H.P. Lovecraft's works that she brought me the Christmas prior.
Well, yeah, finish one before you can move on to the other.
Yeah.
But love can't go wrong with Lovecraft.
Oh yeah, no, I'm really loving it. I'm really seeing where Rob got a lot of his ideas from through reading all of it. It's really, really, really well written. Terribly racist, but really well written.
You go back far enough, everything's terribly racist, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's
we
the
were just
unfortunate
talking
fact
about
of it, really.
the last show that we did just before Christmas. We were talking about the movie A Christmas Story and the Chinese restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's not even that long ago.
I was just told to watch it for the first time and absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Nice.
I loved it.
It's a
Loved
great
it.
movie.
Absolutely loved it.
I think the only movie I watch on Christmas anymore is The Ref with Dennis Leary and Kevin Spacey.
Oh, that was
wow.
great. I forgot about
Christmas
that
movie?
one. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Didn't realize that was
It's-
Christmas.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to run. Happy New
Okay.
Year.
Actually, you
but
know
that's
what,
good
John?
news.
I'm going to take a break at this point because I've been on for an hour and a half. So I'm going to take a break. You can enjoy watching this. I put together a clip video of every show that we did in 2021, from the first one to the very last one that we did. So you're all in it, except for Tyler. So while I take a break and while you say sayonara,
I get
I
to
am
sign
also
off
going to say
as
sayonara
well.
because
Okay.
I've got 7 other
Happy New Year.
hooligans I've got to go talk to now.
Everybody.
Happy New Year,
everyone.
everybody.
Great talking to you.
I'll see you
I'll
later.
be back.
Excellent seeing you.
all right, let's play this. Check it out. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fuck you!
Done.
It's 2021.
I'm gonna have my first sip of hockey pain.
First kiss of 2021. Love you,
That's a
baby.
good one. I love you.
There is a blessing deep in disguise. The only answer is the demise. Glamour glistens, it's lustfully ill. Desire it gives. I want to kill. That gleam in your eye is all I despise. Your time is confusion, that's what I surmise. I see you wanting
Super Nico.
Very cool.
That was every show that we did last year. In a
That was really cool. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, it's been a blast,
lot
man.
of
I hope
Nice,
we can
nice
have,
shirt, by the way.
Yeah, some guy sent this to me. It was pretty great.
Awesome.
Meat's got his speakers going again.
No, I'm good.
Somebody's got their.
Yes, I do have your
speakers.
speakers. No, sorry, I'm not good. Now I'm good.
Well, we'll definitely get Marco back on in the new year.
Okay, Marco, before you leave, I have something specifically for you.
Cool, let's see it.
I'm giving you, and he has no idea that this is coming, so, and I'm prepared. So I'm going to ask you right now, top 3 wrestlers of 2021.
Ooh.
Go.
Oh, top 3 wrestlers of 2021. Wow. Well, I kind of only follow AEW right now.
Exactly. Well, we're going in order. I'll start with your 3, then my 3. I will do it quick, like a LeBrain list show.
Okay, I like Sammy Guevara. Eddie
Is that your number
Kingston,
3?
And Sting.
Oh, really? Okay, that's a good. Okay, my 3 would be this. I would say this. Number 3, Roman Reigns, only because I don't watch WWE, but I like that he's taking it all over. Number 2, Orange Cassidy, because he's the coolest. And number 1 is Kenny Omega.
Nice.
So, I mean, that's what I'd say.
Cool.
So
I had to give it to Sting just because the kid in me, you know, like
I purposely had this in mind to throw at you live, just like we would, normally. But
you know what? You got to
answer.
give it to Sting and AEW just for the fact that like they're doing with Sting what WWE should have done with all the legends. You know,
and he's 93.
What?
He's like 93.
Years old? Is that what you're implying? He's
yes,
ancient?
he's old.
You're making a joke?
More like 63.
You're making an age joke on the day we lost Betty White. Shame on you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Call.
I was going to ask earlier if anybody thought that this was a harbinger of bad news in 2022 that we lost Betty White.
Well, I was thinking it when Aaron was telling his joke about George Burns. Because I was thinking, I believe she was 19 days short of 100.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
Sue Ann Nevins, if you're old enough to actually watch the Mary Tyler Moore show, because I'm 52, so that's the way it goes.
But I also just want to point out, this is the first time, I believe, that we've ever had Marco the Contrarian on with our own in-house contrarian, Harrison. The guy
I've already thought it.
Bailey is the greatest singer that's ever been in Iron Maiden.
Wow.
That is levels of contrarian.
I like all 3 evenly.
I think our old buddy Nick, who used to be on the show quite a bit, I think he felt the same way.
Wow.
But that's cool. Nice to meet you, Harrison.
Yeah, likewise.
And he makes a good case for Blaze. Like he's not coming out of left field with an empty holster. He comes fully armed, and he can rhyme off. He can rhyme off lists of Blaze did an awesome live version of this, and this, and you can look him up on YouTube, and he can back up his claims.
So when's our Nigel Tufnell Top Blaze Bailey songs?
You know what? We should actually do that one day. We really should. Just for the hell of it. We really should. For it.
Sometimes you wonder this. Like, maybe that's not a great idea. And it's also not a great idea that we're all worried about some sort of disease that rhymes with a fucking transformer. Like,
oh yeah, that one.
How bad is it when you're living your life by the transformer?
There's a beer brand which shares a name with said virus, not Omicron, Corona.
Right, like we can say it. There's no reason we don't have to say it.
It's not Voldemort.
I mean,
it's not Voldemort.
I'm more commenting that I made it through about half of the Transformers episode.
Oh,
and
okay.
it was the end of that. Like about half of it. And I was like, okay, I got to turn this off.
We could have kept going for another hour easily.
Oh, I know. I know. I know.
So, Meat, did you see earlier? You saw the video that we played, the Max the Axe song.
Yes, and you know what? I'm happy that he did that.
Yeah.
And like I said, like Max the Axe, musically, his thing has always been to be able to have a good ditty. And I gotta say, like the T-Bone can do it quickly. Yeah, really, really great shit. Like,
yeah, he comes up with good stuff.
He seems to have a good way to do like a tribute to people, and and I appreciate his love of Max the Axe.
He's one of the greatest lyricists I know of.
Who, T-Bone?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh well, he's smart.
Yeah,
Well,
he is.
He's smart.
What was everyone's?
I think it's a lot of I think the Scotch has a lot to do with it.
Sorry,
Trust
Marco,
me.
go ahead.
Trust me. A certain amount of Scotch. Yeah. Anyway, go on.
What was everyone's top album of 2021?
I was going to get to that.
Styx.
Blaze Bailey.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
You're ready for that, eh? Almost
Yeah,
read your
I had it
mind. I think you were
prepared.
thinking it so hard I read your mind.
I was going to bring it up during the remainder of my show and tell, but you've gone and preempted me.
That has been in your lap for 2 hours.
He's been waiting to show that off for 2 hours. Yep.
Well,
No, actually, I reached around and grabbed it during one of the close-ups on Tim in the 8-tracks. Actually.
Okay.
I
But you've
actually
been wanting-
have
you've been wanting
planned
to
like
tell
a
us.
few lists of the year, and I'll say this about music, and it's not very long to talk about. It's not awesome that I don't appreciate new music anymore. Like, I just love finding like old Thin Lizzy albums that I don't appreciate as much as I should, and shit like that. Like, that's what music is to me now. But I will say this: the Sea of Tranquility, both Butch Jones and Pete Pardo, they were adamant to Ryan Scowl that the Todd La Torre album was purely heavy. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to check this out. And I went, oh, okay, I'm here to tell you, I 100% integrity that he didn't even try to be like Tate. It was like 80s metal, and it was and that's to me the best album I've heard this year.
Wow.
It's just really heavy and really good, and not at all Queensryche. And that's the best thing about it. I think that is the most impressive thing about it, is that he didn't try in any way to be Tate or Queensryche. It was more Exodus than it was Queensryche at times, and I thought that was great. That was
Surprised. Did not see that coming.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think everybody knows I'm a pretty big King Gizzard fan, so I really liked Butterfly 3000. That came out this year.
Oh, I'd love to hear it. I should hear it.
I'll check that out.
Everything I've heard by them, and I've heard about 3 of their 30 albums. There's so many albums. Everything I've heard has been amazing.
If you're looking for like a new band to listen to, I don't know if they dropped an album in 2021, but the band Orb, they've put out a few albums in the last few years, and they're very doom metal, kind of like very similar to Black Sabbath. If you like Black Sabbath's like Master of Reality type stuff, then you would like Orb, the band Orb, ORB. Orb.
Neat.
I think they're from Australia. I know that they're on Flight. I think they're on Flightless Records. Flightless Bird Records.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
I'm not 100% sure about that, but look them up. If you again, like I know you like Black Sabbath, so you know you'll definitely like Orb.
Indeed,
all three of us like the Black Sabbath.
And weird with like music for me, it's always the same. Like I'd rather hear an old U2 album than I would like some new metal album. It's weird with music with me now, but like even like I've heard the Iron Maiden album this year, and from the stuff that I've heard about it that people don't like, I think I'm gonna like it when I actually sit down and listen to it. And I haven't heard the Liquid Tension Experiment 3 album, which I know I will love every second of.
Yeah.
You know, so like it just
here it is.
Like I'm sure that Marco understands too, because a lot of the concentration that you do to do research has nothing to do with new music. It has to do with stuff that people want to hear about, which is older music, and that's what the whole like audience is. And you do a great job at that. So like and I'm with it. Like I'd rather find out about an album in 1978 than I would 2021. And I don't think that'll ever end for me.
Yeah,
we do. Most of our episodes are all classic rock bands, right? Hard rock, classic rock, metal.
Yeah.
I don't
something
know
that you've had time to.
Really.
You guys tend to cover stuff that you've had time to really develop an educated opinion about. And you know, when I hear a new album in 2021, be it the new Iron Maiden or the new Lee Aaron, I haven't had enough time to really live with those songs and bring them into my person. You know, it takes time for that to happen.
And all of the bands we do, they all have extensive discographies too. Like they've all been around for 30 years and have like 15, 10, 15, 20, 30 records, you know?
Chicken Man. I'm about to open up Chicken Man.
Whatever that is.
He's everywhere.
But you know, like, and this is something I was trying to explain to Harrison. Iron Maiden come out with a new album this year, and it's a double, so that's more time consuming than a single.
Like 2 minutes. They could have cut 2 minutes.
But regardless, it's a long album, and it takes a certain amount of time to listen to. And however many times I listened to it in 2021, it will never, mathematically, it can never approach the number of times that I've heard Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. It's just impossible. So that's hard to compete with.
Well, that's
Same with any band.
That's why people that say it's nostalgia are forgetting that it's more than nostalgia. It's
more than nostalgia.
It's muscle memory. It's everything. It's repetition. It's not just nostalgia.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I find that I think a big theme with a lot of the albums that folks pick when they jump on our show and talk about things that they're contrarian about, a lot of the times I think it has to do with the fact that they've heard, Black Sabbath Paranoid, they've heard it like 1,000 times. So now, Sabotage is starting to sound a little fresher. You know what I mean? Or like they heard whatever big album from a band so many times, or they heard the big songs so many times on the radio that now the kind of lesser known stuff is starting to kind of grow in favor with them when they listen to that band. Even with me, I do the same thing with Kiss, for example. Like I find listening to an album like Hot in the Shade, which is pretty generally regarded as like one of their lower ranked albums, I find that the songs on there are a little more refreshing to listen to because they're like newer Kiss songs that I haven't listened to as many times as the classic. Although the 70s stuff is always going to be like the top for me, top tier. But, same with Black Sabbath. The Humanizer is a perfect example for me. Like I listened to those first two with Dio so many times that I listen to Dehumanizer now almost more often when I go to the Dio stuff.
Yeah.
Except for the new one that they did, Heaven and Hell, I'm not a big fan of. I've listened to that one and I just have a really hard time.
I have never listened to that in full. I guarantee that.
I find it really hard to absorb.
I don't think
Adam
I need
and
to.
Evil.
Yeah. Bible Black.
I don't think I need to listen to it either.
Well, I think you owe it to yourself to hear it. I mean, it is Black Sabbath. It is essentially a Black Sabbath album. It's the third album by that lineup.
Yeah. Same with
There's a lot of
13.
data
I've listened
going
to
in.
13, but I can't get into it. I have a hard time getting into 13 and the Heaven and Hell album that they put out in 2008 or whenever that came out.
13 is an interesting album because when it came out, I really liked it. But when I hear it now, I find it very formulaic.
I couldn't agree with you absolutely anymore. You took the words right out of my mouth. Right in the beginning, I loved it. And
I
now
thought God is Dead
It
was
actually
awesome.
sounds weird now.
I
And it
really
didn't sound
liked.
weird to me then.
Do you remember the two songs that they put out with the first reunion in the 90s?
Yeah.
What were those? What were the two songs that they put out then?
Killing My Soul and
Psycho Man.
Psycho
I like
Man.
those.
Yes. Psycho Man?
Psycho Man.
I like Psycho Man.
To me, it sounds like an Aussie solo track.
And I like Aussie solo tracks. And I like God is Dead too. Like I like the big song from 13, but I didn't really like the rest of the album.
Marco, favorite Aussie solo album?
Oh, I'm such a huge Aussie fan. I'm contrarian that I really like No More Tears. It's maybe not my favorite. I really like No Rest for the Wicked too.
Me too.
But I like the classic stuff too. It's hard for me to pick. They're almost Diary of a Madman, even the first Blizzard of Oz, which I think some people are kind of low on that one too for some reason.
I think Martin gave it a 7 out of 10 in his first book.
Yeah, there's albums like Blizzard of Oz is one of them that comes to mind, and some other
Like a
ones.
true
The first
professional,
Rainbow
Marco.
album. Some people are really low on the first Rainbow album, and I don't know why. Like to me, sonically it sounds good, like production wise it sounds fine, and the songs are amazing. But
Well, the
yet you'll
first
see
Rainbow
people
album is
review it
great.
and rank it like low for some reason.
I know that I probably look down on it a bit because the songs aren't the best they could be. I sort of have this thing where I have to be listening to the best version of a song or else I feel like I'm wasting the time. So for like the Slow Man on the Silver Mountain or like the vocal Still I'm Sad, I'm like, why would I ever bother to listen to this version when there are better versions out there?
You feel like you could almost make like a superior version of the first album by subbing in some live tracks.
I feel like I'm basically wasting my life by not getting the best listening experience of the song.
Wow.
So it's brutal, yes. It's just.
But those
Like,
are two.
I-
Blizzard of Oz is another one that people are low on, and I really like Blizzard of Oz.
Yeah, I think it's a flawless album, really. Sure, it could be heavier, but I don't think that's what it's all about either. I think it's a perfect album.
And
God,
like I
Randy
said,
was good.
Yeah, No More Tears. I don't know why people are low on that one too. I think No More Tears is great. After that, I think the albums for me get a little spotty, but pretty much from Blizzard of Oz to No More Tears, I like all of them except for
I think
Ultimate
it's a good
Sin.
run.
I'm a little lower on Ultimate Sin.
Ultimate Sin is a dicey album. That
Yeah.
production there is really very 80s.
Yeah, and
That
I-
was a whole weird period for Ozzy. He just didn't
Yeah, I
seem to
feel like
want to be
Ozzy
there.
kind of is sleepwalking through that one a bit. His vocals are very kind of. They almost just kind of flatline on that one. I don't know. It's hard to explain for me, but I have a hard time getting into that one too.
It wasn't a good period for him in a band sense either. Like him and Jakey never really gelled, which is a shame because I love Jakey. He was a great guitar player for that band. But Zack, I guess, is the chosen one, and I find a little Zack goes a long way though.
Listen, I had a lot of fun jumping on, but I think I'm going to take off now. And
cheers, Marco. Happy New Year, my
this
friend.
was awesome. Nice to meet you, Harrison.
Yeah,
good to
nice
see
to
the
meet
two
you.
of you again, and hopefully I'll see you again in 2022.
We'll talk
Great
to you
to
in
see you again,
2022.
Marco.
All right, take care.
Take care,
Cheers.
bud. All right. Well, I can give you my little top 10 list that I kind of put together, or not even top 10. Top
What did you
5
make?
with,
What did
top
you make?
5 with top 5 with honorable mentions.
What did you make a list of?
Just little things.
Okay.
First off, I gotta say,
Uh-oh.
the hottest girl of 2021, Anya Taylor-Joy. If you know who that is.
Who?
Anya Taylor-Joy. She was in the King's Gambit, and she was also in Last Night in Soho. She's just, she almost looks like she should be a character.
That was another Edgar Wright film.
In the Lord of the Rings. Like, she's just got that look to her. She's anyway. That's not even her right now. Like, right now she's all blonde and with elf hair.
Okay. Okay, so we've got that out of the way.
It's true. And there's people that will know exactly what I'm talking about, trust me. Okay. I'll start with TV, which I said here. And I will do 5 honorable mentions, which will be Woodstock 99 and Jagged, which were these documentaries that HBO Max did about Jagged Little Pill and Woodstock 99. They were great. A Midnight Mass, Michael Jordan, The Last Dance, Mayor of Easttown, etc. Now, number 5, Only Murders in the Building, which was really good. Steve Martin, and Martin Short. It was great. Number 4
was telling me to watch that.
Number 4 was WandaVision. Incredible, like totally original stuff. I just loved every second of it. Number 3, Dope Sick, which was with Michael Keaton, a true kind of documentation, but of the opioid crisis. It was great. Number 2 was the Beatles Get Back.
Yeah.
Again, more George Harrison cop. It was just so much fun. I highly recommend anyone who loves music, anyone who's a musician, to watch it all, because if you truly love music, you'll love every second of it, because you don't ever get to see Beatles. Like, everything else is on YouTube 700,000 times a day, and you cannot find it on YouTube. This is the Beatles. Watch it.
Right.
Period.
Yep.
Number 1, it is so easily the show Succession. The greatest drama show that I've ever watched in my life. And it's just kept getting better. And the last 2 episodes of season 9 were as good as television has ever been. And you can't just watch their episodes once. You need to watch it more than once. It's thick. It's the way it is. So there you go on that. Now, I guess there's movies. Here we go. Now, I'm going to start off with the ones I have not seen in 2021, which I think I would love if I watched. Dune, because I'm just not ready to not understand it. I know I'm not going to get it. So I'm just waiting for the right time. Okay, American Underdog, which is a Kurt Warner movie. Licorice Pizza. Summer of Soul, which is a concert with Sly and the Family Stone, which I really, really want to watch. It was made by Questlove. And The Velvet Underground, which is a movie that I would love to watch. It is a documentary on that band, and I love that kind of shit, so I would love it. So, the honorable mentions will be No Time to Die, Black Widow, The Eyes of Tammy Faye, King Richard, which was a movie, a tennis movie about the Williams sisters, which was cool, and Ghostbusters Ghostbusters Afterlife, which I really, really loved. Great sequel. Okay, top 5. Number 5 is Stillwater. Number 4 will be Suicide Squad. Number 3 will be Respect, which is a biopic of Aretha Franklin, and I loved it. It was just really, really good. Number 2, Spider-Man No Way Home, which was great. And number 1, Just for the contrarian in me, just like our friend over there to the right. Zack Snyder's Justice League will be my favorite movie of the year because, one, DC has always gotten the bad rap, and they got the bad rap in the way they made Justice League. The way that it was improved and everything about it made it the best movie of the year for me because it was fresh and not the same group trope. I loved it. It's my favorite movie of the year.
I love your list. I'm a little surprised Shang-Chi wasn't on there. I thought it was a better movie than Black Widow.
Haven't seen that either.
There's one that I don't think you've seen either that I want you to see, and maybe it would have made your list. But in my opinion, who was that? What was the girl you said was the hottest woman of 2021?
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Well,
she was also in The Witch, which is a horror movie that did well. And she was also in Split and Glass.
Okay, yes.
And she was in those as well.
Well, my hottest woman of 2021 has been, fairly consistent over the years. Don't Look Up was a great little Netflix movie.
I have not watched that yet.
You gotta see it.
I've been curious. I mean, Leo. It's got Leo.
He was great.
Come on. Leo doesn't do anything bad anymore.
Jonah Hill was a scene stealer, although he basically just played a variation of himself. You'll know what I mean when you see it. But I liked it a lot. I have one Facebook friend who was very upset by it. And she's like, I know people are telling me that it's a satire, but I didn't find anything satirical about it. I found it to be way too true to life and disturbing.
She almost found it like a horror movie?
No, more too much like what would have really happened today if this asteroid was coming to Earth today, what the world would really be like. Basically, a bunch of people saying, real patriots don't look up. I don't know if I'd say it was too long. How long was it? I don't know. I enjoyed it on Christmas Day.
I remember seeing it was close to 2.5. It was
really?
In the areas.
I split it up. I watched most of it before Christmas dinner and then the rest of it after Christmas dinner. So,
frankly, when I see a movie is under 2 hours, I question its integrity.
I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot.
I'm just saying, when a movie is under 2 hours, I question if the movie is integral.
I think a fair amount of animated movies are of shorter length.
I think that would be a nice exception to the rule I just said.
So are Norm Macdonald comedies. Rest in peace. We lost so many this year. Norm.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we lost Norm. Lost Norm.
The best. Dusty Hill and Norm Macdonald are two of the biggest ones. Chris Sarr only has a 90-minute attention span, which is fine. That's fine. There's lots of good movies that are under 90 minutes.
I love Norm Macdonald. And I will share a very quick Paul McLeod story about Norm Macdonald. Norm Macdonald was his favorite comedian. They went to go see him in Toronto. And let's just say that they all went and they all had tickets. And Paul didn't have a ticket. And he went on a whim. And he ended up going to the box office like an hour before and getting what was the front row seat.
Wow.
Literally front, but one seat. There was one seat there. And I remember him telling me like 20 times in the set, it was like, he's in the middle of his stuff going like, whoa, and that it would be that much, don't you? Huh? And he would gesture over to Paul McLeod, who is one of the biggest Norm Macdonald fans of all time. And it just, that's why he would choose that, because it's just so weird. An amazing kind of just happenstance is what it was. So, yeah.
That's cool.
I love Norm.
Lost Norm this year, though. That was a real bummer. That was not that was one that was unexpected. We didn't really know that he was that sick.
And John Madden
just recently, yeah.
Like 2 days after a documentary aired about his life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
That was rotten. Mike Howe from Metal Church was this year as well. There's been a lot of tragedy this year again. Sick of it.
It's true though. Like there wasn't the devastation on that end of it that there was the year before.
True.
Then it was like Prine and Neil Peart, and it never ended. Like just holy cow! Like every week it was something.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been like that this year, really. On that aspect,
a lot of good stuff did happen this year too. And in fact, I've come equipped with clips, and T-Bone made some suggestions of things to show. He picked a couple of things that I'm going to show for clips, but I know for you personally, one of our favorite moments this year was Jacob Moon. Not only did we do the neat thing where you reunited Jacob Moon with one of his best friends from high school, I guess it was. But he surprised us. He played a song for us.
He surprised me too. He played it for me.
Yeah, that's right. So do you guys want to hear it? Because we haven't played this. This is a song we haven't played since it originally ran when Jacob was on the show in July or August.
He's as good as they get.
6 months ago, anyway.
He's as good as it gets, with or without Greg Kinnear in the movie or not.
Oh, great! I get it. The movie, As Good as It Gets with Greg Kinnear. I get it. Yeah, Jacob Moon, one of the best guests we had, and thank you, Meatman, for bringing him on. But one of the highlights of 2021, the only musical performance that we ever had live on the show was Jacob Moon. So here he is with a song called Someday.
I'm gonna play us out with a song that's for Mr. Eric Litwiller here, and for the good old times of living in Kitchener-Waterloo and all that good stuff.
Awesome.
And this is a Steve Earle song. All right.
Yeah.
Because I know that Eric is right into Steve Earle, or was.
Big time.
We
Big
both
time.
are.
All right.
We both are.
All right. So here it is. It goes something like this. There ain't a lot that you can do in this town. Drive down to the lake and then you turn back around. Go to school so you can learn to read and write. So you can walk into the county bank and sign away your life. I work at the filling station on the interstate. Yeah. Pumping gasoline and counting out of state plates. You ask me how am I sent to Memphis, son, and where's the nearest beer? Well, they don't even know that there's a town around here. Someday I'm finally gonna let go. I know there's a better way. I wanna know what's over the rainbow. I'm gonna get out of here someday. Now my brother went to college 'cause he played football. Me, I never even got through high school at all. Got me a 67 Chevy, she's low and sleek and black. Someday I'll put her on the interstate and never look back. Yeah. Someday I'm finally gonna let go. I know there's a better way. Well, I wanna know what's over the rainbow. I'm gonna get out of here someday. I'm gonna get out of here someday.
Wicked.
Beautiful team, man. Awesome.
That was great. That was such an honor to have him on. All of our idols are getting old. Yes. This is something that's becoming more and more obvious every year. And let's not we're not going to end the show in a depressing way. Don't you worry, Chris. I don't know where
we still have 45 minutes.
We still have 45 minutes. We got plenty of clips left to play. We have more songs.
We're not going to. Yes, I was watching that.
Turn off your speaker.
We still have 45 minutes.
I was saying, I was watching that on my phone, and I loved it so much.
That was such an honor.
Jacob Moon is like, we're talking 16-year-old, 17-year-old. When he makes me sit down and listen to Bryan Adams. You want it, you got it. And we're getting into music. And
should mention that Jacob has a new album coming out in 2022, which I've pre-ordered. So hopefully we have that soon. I'm waiting on a lot of mail right now.
I love Jacob Moon so much. Here is the best thing about Jacob Moon. Jacob Moon has never shied away from him being a Christian artist.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he has been successful in the non-Christian world. Very successful. He has been recognized by Rush, the triumvirate of what Canadian music is, and they recognized him. Regardless of whatever his beliefs were or whatever, it didn't matter. They just knew his heart.
Yeah.
And that's what came through. And that's amazing. It's an incredible thing, because most people that are in that style of music would never be recognized.
Yeah.
Because they would just not shine through the way real shines through. It blows my mind. It blows my mind many, many times that, the same guy that I sat around with for 2 years of listening to music and listening to Marillion, and then we go and see Marillion together, and then he opens up for them 20 years later. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Hey, there's another band with a new album in 2022, Marillion.
Yes, that's right.
I have to check to make sure I've pre-ordered it, because I cannot remember.
Interesting. That's
cool.
Shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff that is hopefully coming in 2022. I wanted to talk about Journey a bit more with Tim, but obviously, you can only do so much. Journey,
I'm watching for Harrison.
What's
I'm
that?
watching for Harrison. What is the last big show you've seen in Australia?
I haven't seen any live shows in Australia or anywhere else for that matter.
What?
Maiden was to be my first. May 1st, 2020.
Oh.
Are you kidding me?
No.
And you have not seen a live show at all?
Nope.
Wow. Oh my God. That makes me that breaks my heart for you. Because I know you would goddamn love every goddamn second of it.
And then there's Maiden announcing, we got more American dates, we got more European dates, and we're just sitting here like, did you forget about us?
How is it possible? The guy who knows more about live shows than anyone has never seen one.
Well, he's younger than us, Meat.
I know it blows my mind. Like, you've never seen one. I feel for you, and I just don't understand how you can also know so much about it. Oh man, there is no person on the world then that needs to see a live concert more than goddamn you. Holy
Speaking of
cow.
Michael Morwood, is he still planning to come on?
Yeah, Michael, if you want to come on, now's a good time. He said he's got stuff going on at home too, so he won't be able to.
He had a
Yeah,
problem
true. His
with the
chair broke. So
He what? He had a problem with the chair. Is that what he was referring
He had a
to?
problem with the chair.
yeah, true. I am in the most isolated city ever. Came in handy around COVID.
Yeah.
Michael Morwood knows his music. Michael Morwood is
Michael on. He works in a record store now, so.
Oh, it's not just that. He's come from great stock.
Not to mention King Gizzard here. Marco was just talking about
Well,
that.
no shit. Why don't you come on, you prick?
Yeah, come on, Michael. You know what? I'm going to play another clip, just a show highlight from last year. I'll save the good one for last. T-Bone mentioned this one too.
Singular.
What's that?
You said the good one, as in singular, as in the
Well,
implication
I got
that
two
there is
more
only
clips.
good one.
I got two more clips to play. T-Bone really enjoyed this. Actually, this clip here is actually from 2020, but I ran it on the show in 2021 on April Fool's Day, which was the day that I interviewed Max the Axe. But T-Bone mentioned this as something that was memorable. This is something I did that ran on the April 1st, 2021 show.
He doesn't remember the episode, but I do. The episode where I ran the Deke's Palace trailer. That would have been April 1st because Deke's Palace trailer was made for an April Fool's joke. So that actually was the Max the Axe interview show where I ran the Deke's Palace trailer.
The legend goes that the only thing cheaper than the beer at the palace are the women.
For over 40 years, there's been only one place to catch a rock show in Thunder Bay. Well, except for Crocs. Deke's Palace. 1,000 shows. 1,000 bands. 1,000 years.
One crochet stole my girlfriend when we got backstage to meet Rat in 85.
Deke's Palace.
This place has seen so much rock and roll brutality that I think the only thing holding the walls up are the cockroaches.
Deke's Palace.
We sure did get ripped when Winger headlined the Palace in 89.
She's only 17.
The loudest band I ever saw at the Palace was Snowshoe. They received a fine from the city for noise complaints. In fact, to this day, the only noise complaints ever filed in Thunder Bay was for the Snowshoe gig.
Full kitchen service and weekend buffet. The food poisoning is legendary.
Sloan actually refused to play at Deke's Palace. Chris Murphy took one look at the place, and next thing you know, they were booked at Crocs instead. I'm not sure how that went down, but they say Murphy refused to touch anything with his bare hands.
And now you can see the history for yourself on the big screen in Deke's Palace, the movie. A documentary directed by James Cameron. Deke's Palace, the movie. Coming soon to a bowling alley near you.
That was hard to make. That was years in the making, really.
You told me it was hell on your voice too.
Yeah. Talking like that. Aaron Martin wants a second shout out for some reason. So shout out to Aaron Martin with 2 A's and 2 R's. I did it in voice. Meats disappeared again. I know you and I were talking. Excuse me. We were talking earlier about clips that I could run tonight. And, I would have done more if it wasn't so difficult to do with Windows. But you mentioned one that you cracked us up Doing what? What was it?
It was during the Shaun of the Dead challenge. You,
That was
T-Bone,
T-Bone.
and Deke. You were all basically choosing albums that you'd throw at vinyl albums that you'd throw at the zombies, a la Shaun of the Dead. You know,
That was
with the intention of-
2020.
Yeah, it was 2020, but you
Yeah.
asked for clips, so I suggested. And you know, with the intention of taking their heads off. So at one point, you suggested Chinese democracy. I can't remember your reasoning for it, but you were like, I'd throw that. And then in the comments, I was like, yeah, the problem with Chinese democracy is you'd be dead by the time it reached the zombies. And when you were reading that comment, you started guffawing halfway through it. But T-Bone, who can read faster than you were speak reading, started laughing a few seconds before.
I might have picked it because I scratched it.
I just like the way that you were like your speaking voice just sort of like derailed with guffaws as you were kept reading on.
That's not unusual though. Let's bring on our final guest this evening, Maxi Axe's stunt double.
Well, it's about goddamn
Hey,
time.
how's it going?
Good. How about you?
Pretty good. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you.
It looks like you're in some sort of playground heaven.
He looks like he's in Bubbles'
It's
shed.
perfect. It's my my stoner bedroom paradise here I got going.
That looks like just a lovely, situation, man.
Oh, it's perfect. I got the dead tapestry on the ceiling. I got my big TV. I got my gaming PC in front of me here. It's great.
So you broke your chair though.
I did. It sucks. Here, I have the chair right here. The whole thing is warped.
Oh shit!
It's all warped, and I can't fix it. So that's $500 or something down the drain.
To me, it looks like you have learned from your Uncle Seb a lot.
Yeah.
yeah, I really believe that. And yeah, that's very true.
Indeed.
Well, Putin.
Well,
we needed the backup here because now the Book of Boba Fett defenders outnumber LeBrain.
Oh shit! That was what you wanted. That's what you wanted.
Yeah.
to talk about.
I honestly, I think my opinion has changed. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed aspects of it. There's aspects I enjoyed. There's some really good ideas at play, but I think it was pretty lame. I think it was a pretty lame start to that series. I think a 40-year wait to see a 90-second scene of him climbing out of the Sarlacc. 40 years, and that's what they give us.
I don't. I thought that was fine. I mean, like, if you're going to escape from the Sarlacc, it would probably happen.
Not the sort of
quickly.
thing you can drag out, can
It's
you?
all the other stuff that happened afterwards that I don't really need.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty torn on it. Like, there's a lot of really good stuff there that I thought was cool, but like, I think the fight scene in the town was pretty weak. Like, he seems so underpowered compared to him and the Mandalorian, right? It's such a jump.
Yeah,
like, I
yeah,
tried to
yeah.
justify it and make sense. I can't get it to make sense. For a while there, I was thinking, oh, maybe like the gases and everything in the Sarlacc pit affected him, and that's why he needs the Bacta tank. But honestly, it doesn't make any sense seeing how he was in the Mandalorian.
Is it possible that is just the growth of the character that's coming?
I don't know. I think it's inconsistent.
It is. That's the thing. It's inconsistent, and that bothers me.
You got to remember that chronologically, this comes after he did all that ass kicking in Mando. But the other thing that's weird is that presumably his current injuries that he's still suffering from are from being in the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
But there's a 5-year span between him escaping from the Sarlacc pit and Mando. So there's a 5-year gap there. He's been healing for 5 years, I guess.
Well, that's the assumption given the information.
Right. Like, we're making assumptions. Obviously, they could fill in these blanks differently.
I think he needs Fennec a lot more than we've been led to believe, though. I think she's definitely a necessity to him at this point.
Which could be interesting if they decide to use that she makes her own power grab. That would be interesting.
Yeah. Well, I think Yeah, I think she's definitely necessary to have around for his sake, because I don't think
Mhm.
he's as strong as we've been led to believe. Because if you look at the Mandalorian now, all of the stormtroopers and all the fights he gets into, he has the drop on them every time. There's
Right.
there's no point where they get to him first. So if you look
Right.
at the
Plus,
if
he's
you look
covered
at
in Beskar.
exactly, so if you look at his show now, they got the drop on him this time, and he was outnumbered, and you see what happens there.
Oh, Chris Sarr saying goodnight. Good night, Chris Sarr.
Good night.
Right, one thing I did want to bring up to LeBrain is that there are animals that can hold their breath for long periods of time.
Yeah, they're
but when
called
you have-
whales.
Yeah, have you heard of an ichthyosaur as well? You know, but when you have no breath to hold, you can't really hold your breath that much.
But that creature was with its lungs couldn't have been as large as a whale or an ichthyosaur.
Ichthyosaur is like a small fish, like plesiosaur. No, it's not a plesiosaur. It's like a big fish.
Are you
Also, it looks like the
challenging the
Kraken.
biology of the of this new Star Wars creature?
Yes,
It looked
I'm
like
saying
the Kraken from Clash of the Titans stretched out.
I think that was the point, though. I think that's
I
what
mean,
they
yeah,
were
there are
going
people
for.
saying it looks like Goro from.
Okay,
Mortal
you know
Kombat
what?
and-
This is the time for me to leave. This is not
Yeah,
my-
I've got plenty of Blaze Bailey coming up. And
Oh, for sure.
there's some
Michael,
Transformers.
Happy New
I
Yes.
love you. It is great to see you again.
It's good to
brother.
see you too, man. It's too bad we
And-
couldn't get together, all of us, and do a
Oh,
thing
it's
this year.
It's the way it goes, man. And
Yeah.
Fucking
hey,
goes.
man. Hey, Michael, you are the man. You have made this year so much more tolerable by being the man. Thank you. I love
Oh,
you.
you too, man. I
And
love you too.
Harrison. Well, when I said Michael, I was actually saying LeBrain. But anyway.
Oh,
He's loaded. You can totally
Oh,
tell.
no shit. And Harrison, thank you. It's been a lot of fun. I really hope we do more. And I'd like to see Michael Morwood on a list show.
Yeah,
I don't know what the
I'd
list
love to
show
get in
will
on
be.
it.
I want
His
it.
work schedule is the issue.
If it
Yeah. Usually I work 5 to 9 on Fridays, but I actually just got promoted to full time, so I think that's going to change.
Look at that.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
not surprised because you come from good stock and you yourself are good stock and you goddamn know what you're talking about. So I'm sure they're quite happy with you at the record store I'm not supposed to mention here.
Oh, we've dropped that. We can talk about that.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
Oh.
didn't know that.
Yeah, we've tested the waters and no
Careful,
lawsuits have
John
come
might be
through.
watching.
Well, yeah, but he hasn't sued me yet, so I figure we're okay.
Michael
Actually,
Morwood is good stock. And
he is good
goddamn
stock.
knows it.
Actually, you know what, LeBrain? The manager I've had was the first guy that you trained, apparently, or he actually no, you were the first guy that he ever worked under.
Who is that? Who?
His name is Shane.
Shane Oatman.
Yep.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Oatfish. Yeah,
he's a
nice
cool guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I did train him at the Highland location. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good guy. He was a customer for years before he applied, and
Yeah, that
super-
makes sense.
Super guy.
See, now that we can mention the actual store, the love shines through.
Yeah. It's
All
funny.
the love.
Jen bought me some Triumph CDs from Encore Records, and where they're located, she can't get up the stairs. So she asked if someone could just walk the CDs down the stairs, and she picks them up there. And so Chris Boyne walked down. He walked down the stairs. He goes, "Oh, by the way, I know your husband. He trained me way back in the day at The Beat Goes On, and and he's like, I'm a big fan of the show." So I was like, that was really nice. Chris Boyne's a super guy too.
Chris Boyne, also in an incredible band called Sex Dwarf.
Yeah.
There is an album out there. If you can find that album, you'll love it.
Hey, maybe we should play some Sex Dwarf in the future. It's probably not copyright tagged.
You're absolutely right. That is
So maybe we
probably
should
not
play
some
some.
incredible album.
Don't let me forget that. We'll play a track of theirs in the future.
I love Chris Boyne.
Yeah,
Chris Boyne
super guy.
is an incredible singer and a great guitar player. Absolutely.
And still a nice guy to this day.
He was an incredible guy to play with. I I got the chance to where he well, Sex Dwarf opened up for Lost Johnny, which was the old band with Mike Mitchell and Dave Haslam. They opened up for us only because Chris Boyne and the bass player were the only two that were there. The other two were on laptops.
Oh.
And they played along with the laptop for 5 or 6 songs in a row. Do you know how hard that would be to do?
No, it would be very hard.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The drummer and the keyboardist were on record, and they are playing along for 6 songs. It's incredible, is what it is. It's almost like it shouldn't happen, but like Chris Boyne is a monster, human and musician. Period.
Well, I hope he's watching. I know he does sometimes.
Love him.
Happy New Year, Chris, if you're watching. And Happy New Year to you too, Meat.
Yeah,
Happy New Year, Meat.
Now you go do something. I don't know what are you going to do with yourself for the next 25 minutes?
Pass out.
Okay, well, you missed the whole countdown to the end if you do that.
What am I missing?
I don't know. People seem to think
come on, Meat. You gotta stick around, man. It's 20 minutes.
People think it's a big deal to stick around and wait to do the countdown at midnight. I don't know why. I never understood why.
Well, is that Mountain Standard Time or Pacific Standard Time?
Exactly. He's already in the future.
Come on.
Last night, as you can see, I live on here.
Yeah, yeah. What is it for you right now?
It's
January
12:36 p.m. January 1st. But
Yeah,
here are 3 years ahead of us. So at 9 over here, I got to watch their fireworks on TV, and then I got to go to bed at a reasonable hour.
That's funny.
That is funny.
I remember when Y2K happened and you're watching New Year's celebrations worldwide. Like, oh, look, nothing shut down anywhere. We're okay. It'll be okay when it hits here. Michael, were you even born?
Y2K? No.
Michael Morwood.
He wasn't even conceived yet in Y2K.
And
Not
Michael
yet.
Morwood. Michael Morwood. Top 3 metal albums of 2021. Go.
Oh, shit. Okay. Senjutsu's got to be on there.
Yeah.
The one disc on that's fantastic. I thought. Who else can I put on there? That's tough. Damn it! I've been put on the spot.
Absolutely, you have.
I gotta look. Hang on.
I'm dying to hear that Todd Latour disc that Meat's been talking about.
Actually, that was pretty good.
You will have your mind blown. Michael Ladano. Michael Ladano. If you haven't heard that, it'll blow your mind.
Well, I haven't heard that.
Okay, here we go. Fortitude Gojira was fantastic. I fucking love that album. It was so good, heavy. And then the new Trivium album. What's it called? Oh man, here I've got it up here. It's
Trivium, eh?
Yeah, what's the new Trivium
I love
album
your
called
Star
here?
Wars headphones.
Oh, thanks, man. They're the Stormtrooper ones.
Nice.
In the Court of the Dragon. That's what it's called. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Honestly,
You guys have
this year hasn't been a year of metal for me, really. It's been a year of mostly like stoner fuzz rock and funk and soul. It's been a lot of punk.
Yeah,
too.
you tried to play me some Bruno Mars.
I did.
Ooh,
And you know what?
yes,
The
you
new
did.
Silk Sonic album's fantastic.
That's good.
It's honestly probably my number one album of the year.
Really?
Really.
Silk Sonic.
Silk Sonic. An Evening with Silk Sonic with Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. It's,
See, I did like the like the whole tune, whatever.
Yeah.
I really liked it. But it's just I don't know how can you stand that for an hour? I don't know.
It's not an hour. The album's only 8 songs long.
Well, okay, 47. How do you stand it for 47 minutes? I just don't see
What
it
was
myself.
it? What was it that bothered you then? I'm curious.
Cheese, but never really feeling like there was any girth to the cheese.
It was oozing with 70s soul, man.
Sometimes it feels like the cheese is like either Velveeta or cheese slices or some sort of like cheese whiz. It's never actual slices of cheese. Like, and I respect slices of cheese, but spreadable garbage cheese.
Oh, we're gonna have to talk about this another time because
maybe so.
Well, listen, guys, we've only got 20 minutes till midnight. We're going to meet. You got to hang in for the next 20 minutes. There's no reason for you not to.
I have some Christmas show and
Oh,
to
my
finish.
God.
Harrison still has to do his Christmas show and tell. I still have one highlight clip to play.
I'd like to see Michael Morwood do a dance.
Do a dance? You'd like to see me do a dance?
I don't think that's necessary.
I'm not a dancer, my friend.
Okay, listen. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to play the last clip, the highlight of 2021. And I think in this case, it's pretty unanimous. This was the highlight of 2021. But then I want to see some Harrison show and tell. And then we'll be counting it down.
I could send you a new YouTube heavy cutting video that has never been shown.
That would be wild. But we are going to play this highlight clip because
I'm going to send it to you right now.
Okay. I can line that up. But I think as we get ready to count down to midnight, we can all agree on what the highlight of 2021 was. And once again, we can only thank one man for this highlight happening, and that would be Super Deeks. I owe him everything for some amazing moments in 2021. And this one, suggested by T-Bone, but I think unanimous, was the highlight of the entire year. We do have Mike Fraser waiting on deck, actually.
Okay.
Did you want
to
say hi to him?
I would love to. And guys, you know what? If you want to do part 3 and talk about Coney Hatch 4, let's book that. We'll book that, and I'll tell you a story about that. But if you can get me and Fraser on at the same time, that'd be awesome.
I think we can arrange that. Please welcome to the stage, Mike Fraser.
The Brain Train is proud to present the return of Mike Fraser.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Oh my God, I got my own walk-in. Andy, whoa, brother, how are you?
This guy, I just finished gushing about you. This guy gets sounds that nobody gets. I went right back to the Dan Reed Network and all your work with AC/DC and that moment where my head got blown completely off my shoulders on is it Castle Donington, live at Castle Donington? Was that the DVD that you did, Mike?
Yeah, well,
I got
one,
nothing.
and then there's River Platte. River Platte was like another huge one for them too. So
yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, man.
Nothing but good stuff to say about this guy. Even when he wears a kilt, I'm still like him.
Andy, I was just listening to the last 20 minutes or so of your stuff, and I'm like, man, going back to the A&R thing, you're one of the best A&R guys, and I think because of your band background and you understand music and all that stuff, there's, as you and I both know, there's so many guys in this business that are more accountants or lawyers or whatever, and you get the band side of things. So it's, you've always done an awesome job because, as we know, there's so many, pitfalls to navigate around, the politics, and you're playing politics with the label and with the band. And it's just such a tough gig. And, I know I've thought about, hey, maybe I should get into doing this. There's no frickin' way I would even get my toe in.
There's, and Mike, thank you for saying that's so kind of you, buddy. And honestly, coming from you, seriously, like easily might be my favorite recording engineer and mixing engineer in the world. But I honestly, the one thing I didn't say that you brought up, like I honestly feel the role of a good A&R guy and even a manager is to actually shut up at the appropriate times. You don't need to be in control of the project. You pick your moments. Right. If you see a problem area, then you speak up, but you don't have to be in on everything. And when you walk into a studio with Mike Fraser and Alex Lifeson, you just sit back and you watch and you listen, and there's no need to talk about it until if somebody turns around and says, Andy, what do you think? Then I'll say something. But I'm not about, with two experts in the room, I'm not about to say a single word.
Yeah. But also on the back end of it too, like before we walk into the studio, like, all the business that needs to get done and stuff too, and the back and forth and the many emails and this and that, and can you do this and blah, blah, blah. Like, you're always a pleasure to work with. It's never combative. Even though we're like, can you do it for less? Can we do that? It's never combative. It's always like a pleasure. Like, of course I'll do it for less.
Yeah. The evil record company guy going, dude, I love you, but can you do it for $5? But listen, man, Phrase, thank you so much, dude.
So Andy, it's been a few years since we've said hey, or a couple of years in. Well, I don't know. This COVID time, man, just does my head in. But
has it been years? Has it been weeks?
We will definitely catch up. We will definitely catch up, Mike Fraser, and I want to thank Mike and Zeke for having me on the show. And I got to hand the reins over to one of the best in the biz. You guys had so much fun with you, and Mike. I promise you, I will reach out to you next week, and we'll catch up. Way too long.
Terrific. I can't wait. Thanks, Andy. We have plenty more questions for you. So,
Andy, just one quick question before you go. Just to let everybody know out there, me and Mikey got our notifications that the Tony Hawk live album is almost on its way to us. And one other quick question. Is it going to be available on digital?
At the moment, no, dude, but that might change. At the moment, no. Yeah.
And next time we talk to you, we'll have the records in hand. So I'm looking forward to that.
It's truly a bootleg. It's vinyl only right now. I think we're going to do some CDs. But no, I'll keep you posted, dude.
Wicked.
Okay, thanks.
Can't wait. Talk to you soon, Andy.
Cheers, boys. Mike.
Hey,
ciao.
Andy, give me a shout next week. Give me a shout next week. Let's catch up.
I promise I will, boys.
Yeah, cool.
Cheers, guys.
Take care, buddy.
See you, man.
Bye. So I can't say whether Andy was true to his word and he called Mike Fraser the following week, but he was true to his word and he did book a third appearance on my show. So there you go. And you saw Meat's comment right there. He said as well that was the highlight of the year. So and he's disappeared. There he is.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. The funny thing, Meat, is
hello there.
The funny thing, Meat, is in that exact Mike Fraser clip that we just played, a comment from you came up that said, "This is the greatest moment in LaPrairie Train history." So there you go. It was real.
But it truly was, because it was two people that everybody respected, both of them coagulating as one.
Coagulating.
It was perfect. It was perfect.
Yeah.
It really was the best moment possible. Like, I don't think that could be topped. I mean,
the whole week, Deke and I crossed our fingers that this was going to happen. And the only reason it happened was because Andy was on the previous week and his connection with Bluetooth was so terrible that he's like, I'll make it up to you guys. I'll come back the following week. Well, we already had Fraser booked for the following week. So it's like, what do we do? And so we asked Fraser if he'd be willing to wait a couple of hours. We'd have Andy on. And then I'm like to Deke, we were both kind of like, there's a crossover moment that might be really cool if we can get it to happen. And
somehow you planned love.
Yeah. And you know, when Phrase says, you know, it's been a couple of years since they last hooked up, like that's kind of cool.
Pretty cool.
Well, let's see some Harrison show and tell.
Yes. Mr. Morwood, sorry for dragging you on here right as I'm about to go full contrarian.
No problem, man. Don't worry about it.
But, yeah, I'll just talk again more about the Blaze Bailey because it's me.
Right, this is the latest.
I got this for my birthday, not for Christmas, but I brought it up as my album of the year. 10 out of 10, best album he's ever released, career highlight, damn worth it. So other stuff I got for Christmas and around that time period, I got Senjutsu as well.
Yes.
And a new Iron Maiden album is an event, so it needs a corresponding event to accompany it. You know, it's not, to me, it's not the sort of thing that you just go out and buy in the shops on a random day. But
I want you to rate it out of 5.
I think a 4, maybe a 4.25 at most. I'm going to be brutally honest here in that there's a lot of great songs on it, but if you cut Death of the Celts, and The Parchment, 2 10-minute songs, you get a much better listening experience, and it's one disc, and it's still only 8 songs.
Parchment.
Absolutely, I agree.
2 of my favorite songs.
The pacing is bad towards the end.
I've not heard the album, but I've heard a lot of people just say the same thing. Like certain things need to be cut, and it makes it better.
The pacing towards the end is pretty poor because it's 3 like 10-minute songs, and Hell on Earth works really well as a closer, but it's a bit of a slog. You know, you lose momentum after every song because it like ends and it restarts. So you cut those 2, you go down to 8 songs, you get a single disc, and you still get a great listening experience.
Well, fortunately, we got a double, so screw you.
Neat.
Yeah, but they could have cut 2 minutes, and it could have been a single.
Neat.
And a single's a much better listening experience because you can listen to it in the car. You don't have to switch discs.
Yeah, like when we play it in the store, we don't want to put in both discs, and it takes up 2 slots in the player, right? You want to put in the one disc. It only needed to be one disc.
You're already thinking like that, you goddamn BGOer. Oh my God.
The only times I was allowed to put Iron Maiden in the changer were times when I knew I wasn't going to get caught.
Really? Oh, we play Maiden all the time, man. We play everything.
Hey,
Boy,
do me a favor.
changed.
Play
Times have
Spinal
changed.
Tap, the soundtrack for me, please.
Actually, we had a Spinal Tap album in recently. I forget which one it was.
Play it and see if you get written up.
I was on the phone one time with the owner of the Guelph store, and he says to me on the phone, right now I'm playing the new Metallica or whatever. And the owner was on the store, you know, the big boss man was on the phone as well. He was listening, and he just interrupted and goes, "And are you allowed to listen to that in the store?"
Really?
And it was like, whoa, whoops. But yeah, Metallica was Ixnay.
I must
Iron
be
Maiden was definite Ixnay.
I must be evading trouble left and right then, because I've been playing Kill 'Em All and Senjutsu and.
I think times have changed, honestly, Michael. times have changed.
They must
that
have.
kind of stuff is not considered risque anymore.
I did get in shit the other day, though, for playing Tesla.
What?
Yeah.
What?
It's because they dropped some F-bombs in the one album I was playing. So
wow.
Yeah.
See, that's worse than my fucking Spinal Tap. Then,
yeah.
Was that the acoustic album you played?
No. It has a really dumb name. It has a goofy name.
You should be fired.
There's a funny moment on the acoustic album when they're saying, you know, we're broadcasting this, we're recording this live, so we can't swear. Well, goddamn hell, shit, fuck. Oh God,
that's a LeBron.
Double albums should be something special.
We will
like Book of
debut
Souls.
this track after the new year.
So next show or after midnight?
No, after the new year.
After
I'm going to
midnight,
debut
you want
this
me to-
track, and I want to explain it to all 3 of you because there is an explanation to it.
So we're going past midnight. Meat was going to leave half an hour ago. Now we're going past midnight with.
Well, now I'm playing.
He's
both
invested.
Of these
He's invested.
I'm playing the 3 of you something you've never seen, and you probably don't want to see. But with the explanation, you might actually enjoy because of the explanation.
I have to excuse myself just a moment because I want to get Jen set up with a countdown on television so that she can help 6 minutes. Okay.
Thanks, Dick Clark.
Fuck you. Okay, so I just want to take a quick break. You guys just sit
Okay,
tight.
I'm gonna go over smoke then.
Okay,
Right.
well maybe shit, what do I play that's short? I know.
Overload.
No, here's one that we haven't played in 6 months or whatever. Ode to Dar.
Was a man, a heavy beer drinking man. His name was Dar Erickson. He rode the train, the mighty Lorraine train, down the rails until dawn. Dar loved that train, he needed that train. He could not bear to see it gone. So Dar used his brain to save the Lorraine train, and now we all owe him one. Was a man, a heavy beer drinking man. His name was Dar Erickson. Dar used his brain to save the Lorraine train, and now we all owe him one.
So quick update from Jen. She was just watching one of the New Year's coverage she's watching something on TV. Journey was playing. We were talking about Journey all night. So I'm kind of curious if anybody watching happens to know who was in the Journey lineup tonight that played. Kind of curious. There's been a lot of shuffling going around. We don't really know who's in Journey and who's out. I was curious if Randy Jackson was playing bass. If anybody knows, drop a comment. I am dying to know who was in Journey tonight and where Meat has gone.
He's gone for a smoke.
We are.
I'm going to continue on with my show and tell, or it'll be Christmas 2022 by the time I finish.
keep going. Keep going. We got 3 minutes.
Judas Priest, A Touch of Evil Live. It's not 42 discs and it's not $800, but it's got a good selection of deep cuts on here that you haven't got in live form before at the point.
And a fucking amazing version of Hellrider.
Dissident Aggressor.
That one too, but I was going to say Hellrider.
Yeah, I'm a bit miffed because the two songs they picked off, Angel of Retribution, are the only two songs on the album I don't like.
Well, it's a good version of Hellrider anyway.
Yeah, it's better than the Judas is Rising is better than the album version. I never cared for any version of Hellrider. Now, next up is something I bought from Amazon themselves, and this is notable because it's a bootleg. It's a radio broadcast.
Whoa! With Blaze.
Yes, of Half an Iron Maiden show from 1995. You get Man on the Edge, which is one of the best renditions of it I've heard this incarnation do. You get Wrathchild, which is definitely the best rendition I've ever heard this incarnation do. At the very end, Blaze lets out this ungodly scream that makes you go, well, where was that on Number of the Beast? Where was that every other show? You get Heaven Can Wait, which Blaze actually does a decent job of here, unlike most other times. Get Lord of the Flies, Fortunes of War, which is a good Blaze song. Number of the Beast, which, pretty bad rendition here. Hallowed Be Their Name, which is not the best he's done, but not the worst he's done at it. And you get The Trooper, which is a song that he was never able to do well, ever, no matter what. But the guitar tone and the soloing on this is so electric, so energetic, so on point that it's worth listening to just for that. And then you get a part 1 and part 2 of an Iron Maiden interview from 1995. And the interesting part about this is it's before they went on tour. So they're all like, I can't wait to get out on tour with him. And it's like a snapshot of a time period that didn't last very long, but was full of optimism and stuff. They talk a bit about Blaze's audition as well. And they go behind the scenes of some of the songs.
We are down to the last minute.
Yeah, okay. This is the bit where Eric wants to step out. I got this physical version of this.
Oh, why?
I got Jurassic Park.
There you go.
I've been looking to basically collect old DVDs from one of my old favorite childhood TV shows.
30 seconds.
That. And Eric's going to want to step out again because I got the Transformers Kingdom Waspinator. My mic is turned away.
Hey, nice.
Which
like
mic
a
sort of...
friggin' kaiju, man.
How long we got?
10, 9.
All right, that's it
8,
then.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year.
Oh shit! Didn't mean to throw it at you.
Yeah, he's in trouble. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy
New Year.
It's 2022.
Threw a calendar at
Well, I didn't mean to throw it at you.
hit me in the head.
Okay, so I'm off to a great start this year.
Deja vu.
Anyway, welcome to the new year.
Well, happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, gentlemen.
So I have a new video to debut for everybody here.
Right, it's not a new video.
Well, it's a new video for people here, I think.
Yeah, it's a new video for us.
Boxing Brewing IPA.
You're loaded. Yeah. You are so loaded right now.
Okay. What this is, it's very simple. A lot of people have seen the fairies wear boots, the heavy cutting.
Yes,
like live. The
Yes.
fairies wear boots.
It's a favorite.
This is 1 year after this. This is heavy cutting again, which was introduced by Metal Mike Coughlin again, and this is Dave Zook, who did the vocals on Victim of Changes for Clockwork Orange. He plays rhythm guitar on this and background vocals on this, even though background vocals were needed because it's not really vocals. And it is crazy because he's a way better singer than me, but like that was not the point. We were doing a cover of Sepultura.
Ooh.
What song?
Altered State.
Ooh.
The album called Arise.
Yeah.
And this is in 93. So this is the year after that. And it's a completely horrible recording.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Horrible. It's a horrible recording. So that's the first thing you'll notice. It's a horrible recording. It's just horrible.
So why are we playing it as the first song of 2022?
Because there's
nowhere to go
reasons
but up.
Okay, now, two things to watch. One, this is the first time in my life I have ever played on stage with any drugs or alcohol in me, and I had both. I would not play on stage before that with any sort of enhancement.
Okay.
You think about the Ferris Wear boots. I'm just sitting there with a hand, with my hand in my pocket, like just kind of like this is very different, and that's the one thing. Two things. Just remember this: the first scream that happens in this song is epic, and it's amazing, and I'm proud of it. The second scream that I attempt is the person who blew his voice out in the first scream and then tries to compensate in the second scream, and it doesn't work. So please remember that, because I think that it's just comedy to me. So there you go.
Okay, so this is heavy cutting, altered state, and then we will be saying good night and goodbye. But first, some heavy cutting for you.
They're both metal men, so they'll get the appreciation. This is 93.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Heavy cutting with some Sepultura. Maybe I should have edited this video a little bit before I ran it the first time. Well, sometimes when you're looking for unreleased video footage, you end up scraping the bottom of the barrel a little bit. The first quality.
Wow.
Okay, you know what?
That was rough.
Technology-wise, that's the bottom of the barrel. That's 94 and a horrible. But you know what? There are things about that I love. I loved it.
The performance.
I was able to do that back then, and I don't know how.
I've never heard you sing that way before.
Oh, I know. I love part of it, but holy cow! The sound was, everything about it was horrible.
One thing funny about that though was, were you wearing that "Just Do Me" shirt still, or you look kind of like you were?
Yes, that is the shirt I was wearing that said "Just Do Me."
Just Do Me. Jen has a Journey update. It was not Randy Jackson on bass. She said the bassist was a white guy, and they only had one drummer. So this leads me to continue my speculation that Narada Michael Walden is out of the band, and so is Randy Jackson. So I continue to speculate that Journey are in the midst of further lineup changes that are still unannounced.
Wow. Journey update.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, guys, that's about it for me tonight. I have been doing this for 3.5 hours. It is well past my bedtime.
Well, it's been a good show.
Thank you.
Harrison has a whole day ahead of him. What is
Harrison still got the whole day
half
ahead
a
of him.
day. It's past lunchtime now.
Well, yeah. Meat Man will be heading to bed and waking up with a hangover. Michael looks bright-eyed and bushy-tailed still, but
I'll be up for a while.
Yeah, I think I will be too, because I'm all fired up.
I keep looking at Michael and I'm thinking he's in the best area of all time.
Yeah, it's the greatest. I've created the perfect room.
It's unbelievable. What's going on?
Everything. I've got a 3/4 size arcade machine next to me too.
Did you see Maxi Axe posted earlier tonight? That
I don't know if you can see it or not, but there it is. So it's a 3/4 size MVSX Neo Geo replica.
Wow.
Maxi Axe was saying tonight that he bought an Asteroids console.
Really?
That is very Maxi Axe. I'm sure that's what he did.
I'm sure that is what he did. And I'm sure it's a full size.
It's crazy. It's unbelievable.
Well, boys, I'm sure I will be talking to you all tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Quick. What are you looking forward to in 2022 as in albums?
Did you say me or
anyone?
Anyone?
2022 in albums, eh?
I think the new Tull might be interesting.
Tony Martin.
Yes, Tony Martin, Marillion, Def Leppard, if they do come out with something. We were also talking about the possibility of Kiss coming out with more of the official bootleg line. Apparently, the three sides to what's the story? What's the show called? Three Sides to a Coin.
Yeah.
Apparently, they say there's 3 potential new Kiss live albums coming out this year.
I mean, that long awaited Metallica album seems like we're almost there. We're almost there.
Priest when we first went into lockdown, Priest were talking about how they were writing for a new album.
I'm sure that they're closer than we know.
Slipknot's there too. There's a new Slipknot album coming out this year. It's gonna be pretty good.
Trying to think here.
Yeah.
Maxi Axe reissue.
New album.
Hey, Harrison, have you watched the Get Back movie yet?
No.
I think you should. I think
It's good.
I think you'd really love to see, and it's because you don't get to see what the Beatles did in video form. You just don't. There's not any shit out there like that. But to watch them create, especially Paul McCartney, as to how he is an incredible musician. That's why it's 9 hours, and that's why the 9 hours are great. I highly
I'll
recommend
see
it.
if I can get to it. I've got a bit of a backlog at the moment.
I would
Maybe
love
something-
for you to watch it. I would just love to know your opinion on it, because I think you would love it. I really do. So,
one last thing I'm going to say before we go: happy belated birthday to Sean Kelly. He's a New Year's Eve baby, and I missed it by 16 minutes. Sean, one of our guests that we had this year as well. So happy belated birthday to Sean Kelly. Actually, there's another new release I'm looking forward to. The new Trapper. He emailed me out the cassette. He mailed me out the cassette. He didn't email me the cassette. He mailed me out the cassette, so I will have that in 2022. And we will also have a new Coney Hatch live album with 2 brand new studio tracks in 2022. And speaking of Coney Hatch, Andy Curran produced a number of songs on the new Svengali album, which will feature their cover of Triumph's Spellbound, which was news that was scooped on this show right here.
Hey, man.
Sean Maher dropped that news.
Mike, in the shit that you got for Christmas, you didn't get the movie, did it?
I didn't get any movies this year.
Okay. No, I wondered. I thought maybe you got the Triumph movie.
No, I don't know where you see that yet. I have no idea where you get that.
I am dying to see that Triumph movie. That movie is going to make me
Hang
smile.
on, actually. I got to show you guys something I picked up quickly. I think you guys will find this neat. Hang on.
That Triumph movie is going to make me smile.
Yeah, that's a banger production, I believe.
Well, I mean, it's what I love. The only banger production that I didn't love the Alice Cooper one. I didn't really love the way they did that. Everything else was amazing.
I didn't do a Christmas haul here, but I'm sure this is just as cool. It's the Anvil documentary signed by the whole band.
Okay, that is cool.
Oh my God.
One of his biggest influences in the world is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you are the guy who gets mistaken for Lips.
Yeah, I got mistaken for Lips. You're not wrong.
Yeah,
by
I
Phil
don't know
Anselmo.
if you ever really remember the Mad Dog story I told you.
I do.
You remember it?
Yeah, I do.
I met him several times.
Didn't you? I don't know if I should talk about that story on here.
You don't want to talk about that story. All I want to say is that when I saw that movie, I was just like, "Oh my God, that's the guy!" And then I can't elaborate more than that. You and I will have more of a conversation again when I see you again, and
Absolutely.
I look forward to seeing you.
You're talking
again.
about Mad Dog the person?
Yes, Mad Dog the person is someone I know quite well.
Okay, I'm aware of who he is. Yes, I know who he is.
And then it became a song.
Yes,
and yeah, there's a lot to talk about.
He used to drink beer through his nose was his gimmick.
Oh, there's a lot more of a gimmick than that.
Okay, all right. Well, Happy New Year, guys.
Happy
We'll
New Year,
see you all
gentlemen.
very, very soon. Maybe we'll even be back next week. Who knows? Who knows what will happen?
Harrison, good to see you again, bud.
What song do you guys want to go out on? We have to pick a song to go out on.
How about you know what? Let me think. T-Bone.
I know you want to pick a T-Bone.
You know what? Go right back to Harrison, man. That's one.
You want
of
to
the
hear the
better
Mad
songs.
Metal Man song again?
Yeah, I really do think.
Put on something
He's been
that
on
you
the
guys
show the
want to
whole
listen to,
time.
because I got to head out immediately after, because it's like a sauna in here now.
He's been on the show
All
the
right.
whole time.
We're gonna do the
and
Mad
That's
Metal
one
Man
of the
song
better
then.
songs. So
Yeah,
let's just do that.
Harrison's been on for 3.5 hours, so you deserve this tribute. Happy birthday to the Mad Metal Man. Good night,
Thanks, all.
everybody.
Good
Ciao.
to see y'all.
From a land down under comes a burning flame, like a crack of thunder when you hear his name. So contrary, borderline insane, you can't look away. This is how we say, happy birthday to the Mad Metal Man. To the Mad Metal Man.
Welcome, Nighthawks. We've been expecting you. The hour's late, but the party is just getting started. I'm Alistair Kovacs, your host for a sophisticated little soiree with jazz, stimulating conversation, beautiful ladies, more jazz. Look, it's Charlie, sincerely one of the best white non-union jazz pianists in the entire city, top 5. Charlie, play some of those notes you know I like.